Welcome, fellow masters, to a brand new episode of the Channel Chasers podcast. This is it, folks. We made it. We're finally here. We're doing the Fate episode. After years of talking to Bryan about random Fate shenanigans, we finally had Bryan watch a full series, a full Fate series, for the podcast, and not just for a game setting thing.
And not just watch, marathon. So my brain kind of hurts a little, but I'm here and I enjoyed it. But anyway.
Yep. And, we have Bryan, who is our Fate newbie. So, of course, we had to also bring on the other end of the spectrum, a Fate veteran, someone who, much like Tony and I, has spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on PNGs. Please welcome our good friend, Trash, Elise Trash for Skinko. How you doing, Trash?
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for inviting me on here again. It's good to see you guys. It's honestly one of the few times that I'm able to talk with you all together.
Yep.
So it's nice to be here, and I've been doing well. Just been working, doing my thing, enjoying my time. I've been playing just honestly the EU4, so that's what I've been doing, and I've been enjoying Uma Musume again. I'm trying to cut myself from gacha entirely, so I haven't played either FGO or Uma. The only thing I'm spending money on are Marvel Rival skins. I mean, that's basically, well, technically it's a gacha.
No, the Rogue wedding skin was a gacha. The Psylocke skin was a gacha. The others are pay money guaranteed. That's not a gacha. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No more slot machines for me. But anyway, good to have you guys here. And I'm excited to talk about this. I'm really curious to just hear Bryan's Fate newbie thoughts. But before we get into any of that, of course, we're gonna start the episodes as we usually do by first jumping right into the news with Bryan. Take it away, Bryan.
All right. So first of all, we have In Memoriam, and they're both a bit complicated, but honor the goodness that they did. First of all, action movie martial artist legend Chuck Norris.
Yep.
Rest in
peace, but also fuck you, because
why? What did he do?
He's one of those hard right just kind of asshole conservatives. It just getting too deep into it would be too much of politics bullshit. But he did a lot of stuff. He supported a lot of stuff I do not agree with on an ideological level.
We can still respect the career that he has.
I respect his body of work. He's made great movies, huge impact on my childhood. But I do not.
He's fought legends.
Yeah. But I
he lost to a boat.
Yep, he did lose to a boat.
One of his films was the on-screen debut of one Mr. Jackie Chan.
Yep.
And he also lost, he fought Bruce Lee.
Yeah, let's not forget that's what made it. That's what made him a household name, is fighting and losing to Bruce Lee. But yeah, and of course Walker, Texas Ranger, obviously. Again, iconic stuff. Iconic memes, but I don't like him as a person, but I do enjoy his work.
That makes sense.
And this second one is in a different way,
kind of the opposite.
Yeah,
where
star of Buffy, Nicholas Brennan?
Yeah, Nicholas Brennan. He played Xander on Buffy. Which, the actor, he's been through some hard times and, turned his life around. I personally hate the character of Xander.
Xander... the end,
No. Even in the beginning, he is very creepy, bro.
Everybody was bad in season 1.
No, he's very creepy, dude. If you go back and watch Buffy in season 2, he is very creepy.
I did like his eye patch era.
He is very incel coded.
He's going back and watching it now. Which makes sense when Joss Whedon.
Exactly, because he's Joss Whedon's self-insert character. He very much comes off as a #nice guy, and that's why Xander sucks as a character. But the actor is very good.
He's stuff suffered a lot of stuff, but also has like fought his own demons and like
he turned his life around, but eventually those the bad choices he made earlier in his life just kind of caught up to him. Luckily, he died of natural causes.
And he kept like getting better. Like he kept going back on his, and like it was like a roller coaster.
Well, that's what addiction is. No one ever is fully. No addict is ever fully clean. There's always going to be backslides as long as you live.
And
so, like,
he did some things that some people will not forget, like DV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, y'all might not know this, but he was also on Criminal Minds.
Oh yeah, I have heard about that.
For an extended period of time. He was really good. He was well, first he started off as their like backup techie when the tech girl like would go in the field to do things. But then he became a romantic interest for the tech girl. And they were a cute couple. Just, he had one of his backslides during filming of a season, and they were like, you're too much of a liability.
Makes sense. But yeah, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah, indeed. And
yeah, rest in peace for him. And
he was
although
like,
I'm not familiar with, I've never seen Buffy, actually, but I heard it's really good.
Ooh,
I mean, it's one of those things that's a product of its time in the beginning and then gets better.
Oh yeah,
but Xander is one of those characters that I couldn't stand from the start.
I liked him at times, like especially when like he took on a more mentor role to the younger Slayers.
Oh yeah, towards the end he was much better, but like it was one of those situations where like I'm not gonna forget because
and also
he did a lot of non-consensual stuff.
Yeah, and I did like his like interactions with Willow, like especially the Dark Willow saga and like how that ended.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking about Buffy, that brings us to our actual news, which we're gonna start on a bit of a bummer. There's a reason why I'm bringing it up, and that is after filming a full pilot just out of the blue without warning, Hulu has decided to pass on the Buffy revival, which I believe we have talked about on.
Yeah, it was a previous news story before. Yeah, it was a previous news story before.
Yeah, where it was gonna be like New Sunnydale. It was gonna be called Buffy New Sunnydale, and it was going to be about Buffy training the new Slayer, because spoiler alert for Buffy, but the way that the show ended, the line of Slayers was completely ended, and nobody ever thought there was going to be another Slayer to be born again. However, in this new revival, there was one that appeared out of nowhere, and so Miss Buffy Summers was going to mentor her, and there was going to be a completely new cast and new high school crew, new Scooby Gang, but apparently an executive at Hulu who Sarah Michelle Gellar said herself, like from the beginning, not only talked about how he didn't watch the original, he was proud that he didn't watch the original, and she said that she knew that was going to be a big hurdle. But it's like, if you did, then why are you attached to this? Did you just want to get involved so you could fail it?
I mean, that's what Kevin Smith did to He-Man.
Anyway, so the reason why I bring it up is because the pilot's filmed, which means if enough fans talk out, maybe somewhere else could pick it up.
Or at the very least, they could put it on YouTube.
Just to let sleeping dogs lie, though.
I want to at least see the pilot.
Maybe, but it seems like it wasn't because of bad quality. It was just because of one asshole producer.
Yeah, if it wasn't one of those ones like the Powerpuff Girls reboot or the Powerpuff Girls live action that was just a dumpster fire, then sure, I'd let it die.
Kind of want to see.
Don't remind me that was his thing.
Or what Warner Brothers did to save money with the Batgirl movie.
I still kind of want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just glad that we're gonna end up seeing Coyote versus Acme.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Absolutely. But yeah. So maybe Netflix or somebody maybe pick that up. Which the other half of this story is which should say that Joss Whedon was not involved with that. Just he gave his blessing, and it was a fan who was running things. In a similar vein, which is why I'm bringing them up together at the same time, is it was also announced on Serenity Day recently that Firefly, they want to bring it back, but as an animated show. They've got a studio involved. They've got all the main cast want to come back and want to do it, and they even have a showrunners, which Jay, it's Mark Guggenheim and his wife.
Oh, cool.
Which did some of the best seasons of Arrow.
And the best season of The Flash, if you're curious, it was the first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they clearly got everything involved to be like a really good project. They just need a home. And so that's why they championed online to talk about it, and that's why I'm bringing it tonight.
Which animated stuff, Guggenheim was also in charge of those Arrowverse animated shorts that are very underrated that nobody but me watched.
Which were surprisingly good.
That's what I'm saying. Very good, highly underrated. Nobody but me watched them.
Like that Ray miniseries?
The Constantine one should be an entire show, but
yes, and
the Vixen one was also very good. I liked the Vixen one a lot.
Same. I just wish her appearance on Arrow and the other was better.
Yeah, same. But they at least utilize the actress still. So
yeah, not as much though, because they mostly just did her ancestor on Legends.
Yeah, I mean, but Maisie Richards Sellers is fucking fantastic. I don't blame them.
Yeah, that's why they shoehorned away to keep the actress but leave the character.
Yep. But yeah, so that's it for our news. So next up is Screen Time. Screen Time is a segment of the podcast where the guys and I all talk about 3 different pop culture rabbit holes that we have found ourselves in that we want to highlight and or promote. I'll give shout outs to, it could be either TV shows that we don't have time to cover or may cover later, movies that we don't have time to cover or may cover later, music, anime, video games, manga, comic, anything in between. I'll go ahead and start. My 3 things are pretty simple. Bryan's Screen Time from last week's episode where he talked about like getting back into his video game backlog reminded me that I needed to get back into mine. Funny enough, Bryan's was about Pokemon. Mine is about Digimon. I went back and I finally continued playing more of Digimon Cyber Sleuth because I want to finish Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory before I play Time Stranger. So working my way through that. I'm having a fun time. I'm currently on chapter 9 of Cyber Sleuth. I don't know how many chapters in total are in Cyber Sleuth, but it feels very close to the end given all the stuff story-wise I've learned so far. So I think it's like 13, 12. 12 or 14. Okay, so yeah, so I'm in the latter half. I'm at the I'm at the tail end of it. I'm on chapter 9, about to go into chapter 10. So that's cool. In terms of movies and stuff, the movie I want to highlight that I checked out, the guys don't care. Although we've watched stuff in this vein and made by this guy, but I was the only one that actually watched the main show. So I checked out Peaky Blinders: The Immortal Man, the Peaky Blinders movie that just released on Netflix. At least as of recording of this podcast, just came out, I believe, today or yesterday. Might have been today or yesterday. But either way, very good. If you're a fan of Peaky Blinders, go watch this movie. It's fucking great. Very much kind of has the same kind of vibe of Breaking Bad El Camino. It's very much kind of like a wrapping up of the loose ends of Peaky Blinders and just kind of one last hurrah. Really good. The other thing I'm going to highlight is kind of just like a hodgepodge of different comics that I checked out that I thought were really good recently. I finished up DCKO and it was some fucking wild shit. Superman has now disappeared. He's gone off to parts unknown, which is why Superboy Prime is taking over. So we'll see Clark in 6 months or so. And then the other major comic thing that I've been actually really into right now is I've been reading the Spider-Man Venom Carnage crossover, Death Spiral, and it's been actually really interesting. We finally get Peter back home on Earth, and he finds out that 2 of his exes are teaming up in Venom and Mary Jane, and it's really funny because he's really nervous about it, and he's just constantly making jokes, and MJ's like, Pete, I know you better than anybody. I know when your joke whip ratio goes to critical mass, it means you're nervous. You don't have to be nervous. We both know you very well. It's okay. And then Pete just has a bunch of weird thoughts. He goes, wait a second. MJ's in that that in the same skin tight suit that I used to wear, where I wasn't wearing any under. Oh, nope. Stop it, Pete. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. You can ask later. You don't need to know if she's wearing underwear in there. It's okay. We're not dating anymore. That'd be weird. But it's funny. I just like the banter. It's also just a really cool event. Essentially, a serial killer is after Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock's family. And so basically, Venom and Pete have to stop Eddie and Carnage from killing this serial killer. It's really interesting because if you haven't been reading Eddie's Carnage book, which Bryan I think at least read one issue. I remember he mentioned it before. Basically, the premise of Eddie's Carnage book is he's Dexter, where he allows Carnage to kill people, but he is only allowed to kill other killers.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's right. Which he started off just doing like average everyday people, but then Carnage wanted more, so started going after named people.
So
hey, I picked it up today because I heard good reviews, but I hadn't read it yet.
Okay.
Have you read Dork?
I have not. I don't think I've heard of it. What is this?
It's an Image comic. It's new.
Oh, cool.
What's
the premise?
It's done by Brett Bean, if you know that name.
No.
He worked on I Hate Fairyland.
Oh!
He was the artist for
He was the artist on I Hate Fairyland. I really liked I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah. Well, this is telling the story of a character named, I think his name is Dork, where he's a half dwarf, half orc.
Oh.
But basically it's just the story of his adventures in a magical land where there's war and stuff. I'll let you know more about it when I actually read it, because I didn't pick it up.
Cool. Yeah, but quick side note, Marvel Rivals season 7 is out. We played a little bit of that, as a trio. I got to try a little bit of White Fox. I like White Fox. She's really cool. I'm sure Tony will talk more about her in his screen time, which I will chime in on later. But that's pretty much it. Those are my major 3 things. Also, just want to do a little bit of a shameless plug. Tony and I have started. By the time you're seeing this, there will be a few episodes out. But Tony and I have started doing JoJo episode reviews on the channel. We are reviewing Steel Ball Run, my personal favorite part of JoJo. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. I'm having a blast. As of recording this podcast, we've only seen the first episode. But by the time you're hearing this, multiple episodes have been out. So definitely check those out. We are probably as big of JoJo fans as we are of Fate fans, so it's a good time. If you like hearing us,
And it's only 1 episode in, but it's already making waves. Like in myanimelist.com, it's currently the highest rated anime.
Because it looks great, and they somehow managed to animate the horses well, which is like a Herculean feat if you know your animation. So definitely check it out. Also, in case people are like, oh man, I've always heard about JoJo, but I've never been able to get into it. Now is the perfect chance. Like, there's no baggage involved to it. This is a whole new, universe. You could jump in right here and be perfectly fine.
Which we may or may not be doing an episode on it, too.
Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But yeah, that is it for me. I will go ahead and pass it to Tony.
Well, to continue off, yes, look forward to our review of the first episode of Steel Ball Run. The real major thing that I have is, first off, the final DLC for the season pass of Time Stranger came out with the X antibody megas.
Nice.
So
there's 20 billion Omnimons in there.
Well, we have Omnimon X antibody. So yeah, and then the other X antibodies of the Vmon mega.
Yeah, Vrahildramon. Vildramon. Yeah.
No, X-Force.
X-Force Vmon.
No, it's V-Force Vmon, Jestmon, Gallantmon, and Magnamon. Yeah, those X antibodies. I'm trying to think. And then the biggest thing is Sir Superhero in record time, because
that turnaround was crazy, but we now can understand why.
Yep. So he did an entire 40-minute video on White Fox.
Yeah.
And she's a relatively recent character. Her lore is fairly straightforward. However,
the wildest thing that he pointed out in the video that I thought was just really funny is that she appears in a tie-in comic for Marvel's Contest of Champions champions, which, you know, on paper makes sense. You know, mobile games are big in Asian markets. She's an Asian character. Put her in the tie-in for the mobile game. Here's the funny part. She never appeared in that mobile game.
Yeah, and her first canonical comic appearance is in a Korean exclusive comic.
And apparently in that Korean exclusive comic, she had a thing for Banner, which is odd to me.
And the funniest thing to me is that, yes, she's a special agent of the South Korean government, but she also becomes the director of Tiger Division.
Yep.
Which is South Korea's premier superhero team.
They're essentially the magic shield equivalent of the Midnight Suns.
Yes. With a Captain America Superman as like one of their agents.
That is magic powered by a random magical Asgardian stone.
Yes, and his code name is basically what the South Korean flag is called.
Yeah, it's Yuktai or something like that. I apologize if I mispronounced it.
Yeah, it's hilarious because he's Captain America in the sense that he's a man out of time. He was originally from the 50s and has Superman powers.
Which is funny because, you know, if you know your history, the 50s is when the Korean War happened, so duh.
Yep, and that his brother figure is still alive and is a villain.
Yep, it's like
Tiger Division.
Also, they have one of my favorite characters that superhero described that I want to see more of, which is this female like mage named Lady Light or Lady Bright.
Lady Bright.
Who is your standard like magician who looks young but is much older than she looks. You know, has been through some shit, and all her magic revolves around cards, which is dope. And also,
so Gambit,
but with magic.
Yeah.
But with magic. She also surfs around on a giant playing card, which is objectively cool as fuck.
Wait, so what Gambit does is not magic?
No, it's his mutant power. He just charges cards with kinetic energy and makes them explode. He could do that with anything. He just likes cards, so he uses cards.
Makes sense.
He doesn't need to use cards. He just likes.
Yeah, and he's also part of a thieves guild. So
no, Tony, you're mispronouncing it. It's the Thieves Guild. It's the Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
I forgot he's a Cajun, so we have to pronounce Thieves Guild that way.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it doesn't exist in just any old part of America. It's centralized in, you know, the Big Easy. So you got to say the Thieves Guild.
You gotta say Thieves Guild.
Ah.
And the funny about White Fox is basically Tommy is their director, which is a similar role to Nick Fury.
Yep.
And the funniest joke that Jay made when we were talking about it is someone called her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In Marvel Rivals, when she's trying to convince Hawkeye to join Tiger Division, he goes, whoa, wait. So you're the director of Tiger Division? She goes, yes, I am. So does that make you Nick Fury? And I was like, and she's like, you know what? I rescind my invitation, Mr. Barton.
I don't think she says that. I think she says something else, doesn't she?
Or something like. But yeah, it's funny. But he calls her Nick Fury, and that is hilarious. I love that.
Yes.
Also, just a fun side note that is actually kind of related to Fate. She is also a direct descendant of one Tamamo no Mai, so that's really cool.
Yeah,
because I remember hearing. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Because she is.
That it was just another person.
She says in the line, she is my kin, powerful but corrupt.
So what kin means.
Kin as in like ancestor, like very distant relation. Like kin means you're related. Yeah, you're a relative if you're kin. Like you know, it's a very common expression. Like in the South, you know, you refer to your family as, you know, your kinfolk.
Yeah, and she's just a variation of fox spirits in Asian culture, which is known as a gumiho or a kumiho.
Yep. Which fun fact, Tamamo actually does have a Korean equivalent, and like that is one of her names. Very much like how Tamamo has a Chinese equivalent that goes by the name of Daji, who is the Chinese fox spirit that took down the emperor of, I believe, the Qing dynasty. But yeah.
So here's the thing about fox spirits in the big three Asian nations. They're presented differently because of different circumstances. Kumiho or Gumiho are, since they have 9 in their name, they are 9-tailed fox spirits. That is exactly what they are. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They also can steal steal the souls of individuals in balls.
Yeah, they literally suck the soul out of you.
Yes, they are succubi in nature. So fox spirits in Japan, they can be either good or evil depending on the circumstances. In Korean folklore, gumiho are primarily evil.
Yep.
I think it's the same thing for Chinese fox spirits, but I'm not 100%
Chinese as well, but their evil is more or less like direct consumption, like eat you kind of evil, and more so like diabolical trickster evil.
So
and and Chinese fox spirits can also have more tails than their other neighbors, because fox spirit belief in these areas originated in China.
Yep.
Because you can see a lot of the Chinese influence in the cultures that surround, like the Asian cultures that surround China, that either they directly controlled, like Korea, or B, tried to influence culturally, like they did with Japan.
And also
there's a lot of because culturally that's how that functions. Like a lot of Chinese culture and language was imported from mainland China to Japan, and that's how we got the writing system of Japan.
It's very similar to Spanish culture and the Philippines. How a lot of how a lot of the Spanish language and cultural customs and even religion been basically merged with the Philippines, and which is why I've always considered Filipino as a part of the greater Hispanic diaspora, even though like technically it's more Asian Pacific Islander, but like culturally and like, you know, vibe wise, I've always thought it was more of Hispanic, especially because a lot of the country speaks Spanish as a primary language. Different parts. But yeah. Another little fun fact about White Fox, despite the big gay vibes that we get in Marvel Rivals, in the comics she's actually dating Iron Fist, Lin Lie.
Yep.
The Mr. Fister that we have in Marvel Rivals.
Yep. And they were also teammates on Agents of Atlas, which is a team primarily comprised of those of Asian descent or actual like Asian cultures.
Yep. It's led by Jimmy Woo. It has, you know, people like Cho, Amadeus Cho, Wave, who we saw in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, you know, different things like that.
a member, White Fox is a member.
Well, so apparent from what I remember, what Sir said, White Fox isn't necessarily a member. She's more like ancillary.
Yeah, that's because she is more used in the sense that she is a world building character rather than like a fully fledged character, which isn't a bad thing, because world building characters are basically there as shorthand for since Marvel is an American comics company that has all other heroes and other characters primarily in the States.
Yeah, it helps them expand globally. DC actually has a similar thing with Keenan Kong, who is the Superman of China.
Yeah, Superman of China with the Japanese
Batman.
No, Chinese Batman.
Chinese Batman.
And the funny thing about that, the Chinese Justice League were their own thing for a time because it was written by the same guy who did American-born Chinese. Yep. And then they got wrapped into the superhero team of China that was like the state-sponsored team.
And that got co-opted by Amanda Waller during Absolute Power. It was a wild time.
I mean, what isn't co-opted by Amanda Waller?
Waller
freedom?
Waller doesn't really believe in freedom. The Wall just does her own thing.
But yeah.
The thing that I find fascinating, that when it comes to like these government heads of like organizations, divisions of the government, kind of like what our main topic has, is how they plan to get the job done is very different. Like so from Invincible, for example, that man is a very pragmatic thinker.
Yeah. You know what Tiger Division reminds me the most of, and you'll get a kick out of this because you're and Bryan as well. It reminds me of Deca Ranger / SPD.
Yeah, Tiger Division is that,
because especially because White Fox gives me, not just because she's a fox, but she gives me very much Doggy Kruger vibes in terms of personality as well.
Yeah, and in the rival setting, Tiger Division is more like a typical government agency with no real super team involved. themselves as of this moment.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, just want to point out a weird coincidence. That is now 2 weeks in a row in this podcast that we have mentioned SPD and specifically Dottie Kruger.
Yeah, that is a weird quote. That's definitely a Two Nickels moment.
Yep. And the funniest thing about that is that it wasn't arbitrary choices that led to Black Cat being the other character.
Yeah,
in this season.
she had a one-shot adventure where she actually went to South Korea to steal something, and so she ran into White Fox one time. So they were like, "Hey, we can use that to make a whole thing."
Also, White Fox, Black Cat.
It writes itself. It writes itself.
Yeah, and on top of that, they're using a Spider-Man thing that has little to no information on it.
Yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're sick and tired of hearing about the Tablet of Life and Destiny. They use that shit all the time. It was actually a MacGuffin in Spider-Verse as well. The first Spider-Verse movie, if you remember, they were trying to use the Tablet of Life and Destiny to try and revive Vanessa, and the Tablet of Life and Destiny is what opened the Web of Life and Destiny that caused this whole shenaniganery that caused the first Spider-Verse movie.
And it was also the tablet used in Shattered Dimensions.
It was the tablet used in Shattered Dimension, and if you remember the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, the Tablet of Light and Destiny, very much like they pretty much copied what they did in the comics, and Silvermane, aka Silvio Manfredi, head of the Magia, used the Tablet of Life and Destiny to get his youth back, but it backfired on him and turned him into a babby.
Yep, and giving a more Korean tinge to the tablet is actually rather smart. I like that.
Because there was never a specific culture attached to it. It was just ancient tablet.
Yeah, and making it more Korean would be really cool.
And I mean, foxes are known to be, big spellcasters and like creators of magecraft and magic. Hence why Tamamonama's most prolific cast in Fate is a caster. So, see, everything comes full circle.
Yep, and that's it for me.
All right, so Bryan, what about you?
Okay, so mostly it's updates on things I've mentioned before, because we only try to hunt down. So first of all, update on Critical Role. They just finished their Seekers run.
Oh, cool.
Which, that's the one with Taisha, Valus, Julian, and
Octus, yeah.
Yeah, Octus. Yep. Which I've mentioned before, and I said that it got surprisingly political. It did, but the main thing about the Seekers, like they've confirmed IRL, the main thing about the Seekers run is that it's more lore based.
Yeah. The political intrigue just is to show you that the different factions on the board. Yeah, I get it, because that also like shows you like the Pentavral and with the mage school and stuff.
And we find out about one of the houses that we have yet to meet, Einfasen.
Cool. I am like mad behind in this in campaign 4, but I will definitely catch up.
Well, I will say that a good jumping on point is the next episode, because, and you'll enjoy this, Jay, it's the start of the Schemers.
Will I not be confused if I jump in, despite me missing 8 episodes?
Maybe confused about a couple cold opens, but that's it.
Okay.
Because after the Schemers story, it looks like they're going to bring them all back together for one table. Ooh. And then split them up into different groups.
Interesting.
But until then, it's because these are happening at the same time.
Yeah,
so there'll be little Easter eggs. Like in the soldiers table, they saw a royal caravan run by them. And then I think that's going to come up in the Schemers. But it's just like little Easter eggs to the whole world. It's not like...
Okay.
The only thing that you'll be lost on is maybe a couple cold opens.
All right, cool. Then I'm gonna jump on with this week's episode.
Yeah. But the Schemers one was pretty good. I was actually very surprised because I thought for sure, because it's typical storytelling where it's like, oh, you bring all these characters that have animosity towards each other.
Because Schemers is the Murray Baudelaire squad, right?
Yeah, but
and
I'm
with
talking about
Hal
the
and
Seekers.
Shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the Seekers, they're very because it's got.
Oh yeah, because Julian's on it, and Julian's a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, and also everyone's distrustful about Valus because
she's scary drow lady. Yeah.
And why is she here?
For the stone and other reasons pertaining to the stone.
Well, then she gets the stone, so it's like
Yeah, why is she still here?
Yeah, and then you got poor little Octus, who's like basically
Adjusting to his new life situation or unlife.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So you would think in typical storytelling that, by the end of this, they're all going to be good with each other and they're all going to be nice. No, they're still like adversarial by the end, like maybe even a little bit more so than before, especially because Octus now is having like a couple of moments, and Taisha, as like a ancient one's druid, is kind of feeling uncomfortable with the undeath.
That makes sense.
Which, when they started, they had like a mother adopted son.
Yeah, because she basically like took him in and raised him for like they said like 6 years.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Because he went to the school, and then when he left the school, but anyway, so that's interesting to see. And the mythos stuff is great. We meet a lot of like Octus's siblings and family members.
Oh, cool.
Which, Julian loves.
Of course, naturally,
they're all on his list.
He wanted,
Percy.
He's Percy. I think you mean Arya.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because Percy only had the 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more Arya.
He wants that entire bloodline minus Octus out of here.
And Octus is still questionable.
Yeah, still questionable. There's an asterisk there.
But anyway, moving on. Demon Slayer. I'm as caught up as I can be.
Yeah, we did not explain to Bryan that so with the movies, because it only since Infinity Castle only came out like 6 to 8 months ago as of the recording of this podcast. It usually they don't usually put out the movie until like right before right before the new season is about to drop on Crunchyroll. Like that's usually what they do, is they'll have the movie come out around then on Crunchy, and that's when you can watch it.
As to the fact that this trilogy seems to just be the end.
Yeah, it's all the final arc. So yeah, it's gonna be the
Hashira training arc was pretty cool. We got to just like get more into like the different Hashira, and we got to see a little bit of the Stone Hashira pop off a little.
I love that guy. He's the blind one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, love that guy. He's cool as fuck.
And his backstory,
he's intense for no reason, dog.
Oh yeah. But also I
mean, there's a reason, but still.
Yeah, but also I love it from his perspective, because he's like, yeah, I don't blame her. She was 4.
Yep.
It sucked, but it's not her fault, which is a very like mature way to look at it. And
yeah.
I think why one of Matt Mercer's calmest characters took him in.
Also, like you don't really realize how young the Hashira are until you like actually look at it. It's just like, damn, you guys been through a lot, like age fucking 17, 18.
Yeah, like even their leader is like, I think early 30s.
Yeah, the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps with the 2 wives, that guy.
The Matt Mercer one.
Yeah. He's the guy. Yeah, he's the leader with the 2 wives.
Or
does he have 3?
He's like, he's like all calm and everything. But he also talks about how his family has a curse of dying at 30, and he's lived past that.
Yeah, so he's just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, it's interesting.
And dude, you think about it, but you see some of it. But there's definitely one scene where you really get to see Demon Michael Jackson aura farm.
I mean, he aura farms a lot, but yeah.
But just like that slow walk into the shrine.
Oh yeah, that's been edited with Smooth Criminal in the background a lot.
Oh yeah, I can see that. And also, damn man, that like sacrifice play. Feel bad for the wife and kids.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Nobody's safe.
Yeah.
You get what we were saying before, right? You were like, oh, man, you guys described it as the Red Wedding.
Yeah, but we hadn't even gotten to the Infinity Castle yet.
Oh yeah, Infinity Castles where shit really gets crazy. But yeah.
And then lastly, because I've made it clear here that part of the thing about Demon Slayer is that it's been a anime that I've watched at work, like in my lunch break. So I picked up a new one. I've only seen the first first episode, but I'm really liking it so far. And this one might shock you.
Okay.
Skate the Infinite.
That's the gay skater anime.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, but it's really funny because it just proves it's not even a theory, but my personal belief that every sports anime is not so secretly super gay.
Which the funny thing is we've talked about how Demon Slayer, like two of the main characters are like a me RP character now, and then me like former, like way back in the day RP character. At least from episode 1, it seems like Skate the Infinite is that for Tony.
Yeah. I can vouch.
No, not that bad.
No, it's more so like the especially some of the talking habits of a particular character. Because I'm pretty sure I can zero in on which character Bryan's talking about.
Yeah, the lead two.
Yeah, like, oh man. Also, like, they try so hard to like hide it behind that's my friend, that's my best friend. Just go make out already, guys. It's fine.
Okay.
Like,
but also just like the way everything goes, it just reminds me of like the late 90s, early 2000s.
That's honestly why I really like it. It's like it gives me if you like stuff like Skate the Infinite, another silly shonen superpower sports anime that I think you might enjoy, you might want to check out later on, is Kuroko no Basket.
Oh.
It's
It's
gay basketball with superpowers.
But yeah, it definitely.
The only
gave me
power
vibes
that's in that show is the power of friendship.
Yeah, you know, and you can't see my air quotes.
Of y'all remember that LL Cool J movie, Murder Ball?
Yeah.
It definitely gives me vibes of that.
I could see that.
And the first, not the ridiculous sequels, but the first Fast and Furious.
I would say also it's like a little bit of the second one as well, because the second one still good, but it definitely leans into the silly a little bit more. I would say the first two are where it's feasible, and then afterwards is when it starts to go off the rails.
Yeah. Even though this kind of goes a little bit off the rails from the jump, pun intended.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially with the whole like reverse Johnny Tsunami kinda.
I still love this one YouTuber. She did a whole 2-part series about Fast and the Furious, and her comparison is just so apt because she titled both parts The Fast and the Furious is just Twilight for men, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's accurate.
Which is so weird though, because it just starts off as just a blatant Point Break remake.
Yep, but with cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get to trash, we have not done one of our table recap segments in a while, mostly because like life has gotten in the way for one of them. But I want to specifically do a table recap for our Marvel game because Jesus, we are at an impasse.
Well, the thing with the Marvel game is it's on a weekday, so our sessions haven't been that long.
But they have been very story packed. And in case it's been a while and you don't remember what the premise of our Marvel game is, we are in an MCU adjacent Marvel universe, and our team is a bunch of reformed villains who are part of the latest iteration of the Thunderbolt Initiative.
Yep.
And so what happened recently is some wild stuff. So just to fast forward and give you guys like a brief cliff note, we went on our first mission to basically protect an artifact and stop said artifact from being stolen. In doing so, we captured an enemy assailant who we couldn't really interrogate because she just wasn't saying shit. Her friends came in, tried to take her back. We negotiated to trade her for two Avengers.
Tensions were high because two of them tried to kill my mentor.
Yep.
And one of the hostages has bad blood with Jay's character.
Yep. Yeah, because my character, who is a hand ninja, her entire family was murdered by Hawkeye while he was, doing his Ronin thing. And one of the, hostages they offered up was Hawkeye. Now, to catch you up to the current session, my character had a talk with Hawkeye, and she's like, well, I'm trying to do the hero thing, so I'm not gonna kill you, but I also don't have to like you, so
Yeah.
You know, I'll let you live, and maybe someday we'll be able to be cordial, but I still hate you.
But then everything is settled, everyone leaves, and then Taskmaster comes in for like a debriefing because he's one of
Which
the Avengers.
The only one that matters, Tony Masters.
Yeah, like he said, it's MCU adjacent, which
Yeah.
means he's making changes to make like the MCU better.
Yeah, so there are actual comic. So some MCU elements are there, like some of the lineup, but like some of the characters used are their actual comic counterparts. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Taskmaster is the real Taskmaster, not that BS we got in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I make it sure too.
But yeah,
yeah,
so
but Taskmaster comes in,
yeah, and
tells our one symbiote person, not going to tell you to don't eat people, but don't get caught.
which by the way, yeah, one of our players who plays a symbiote person, you know, ate a bad guy like you do as a symbiote person. But so yeah, Taskmaster was like, all right, you know, that's a bit much, but you know, you're gonna lose a few. It's fine. And then, you know, the rest of the Avengers show up. So, you know, Widow, Sam Cap, and stuff like that. And, you know, we explain what happened in the mission, and of course we have to explain that our teammate ate a person, and Sam is like, whoa, you can't eat people, the fuck. And that, of course, you know, since Sam is focused on other things, he is distracted. So this gives enough time for expert marksman martial artist Tony Masters, Taskmaster, to shoot Captain America in the head.
Well, this was down to some dice rolls. Like,
Yeah.
this was not what Severs, our GM, was planning, but it's the story that the dice wanted to tell.
Yeah, so Captain America is just currently on the floor of our base, bleeding out from a hole in his head. Pretty much. Well, Severus is already confirmed he's dead, but
And the other twist on top of that is the other Avengers seem like
they're in on it.
they're okay with
Yeah.
it.
So we the impasse that we're at is do we fight our mentors? Because the other thing is those Avengers that, you know, are on the opposite side of this are each our individual mentor characters.
Yeah.
With the exception of Tony. But so we have to choose. So we're.
No, you mean our Tony's mentor is there.
Oh yeah. Tony's mentor is there. That's right. Because he has. He has Sharon. Yeah.
The only Avenger that wasn't there was Bucky.
Yeah, was Bucky. Because yeah, Bucky wouldn't be down for this. But yeah, so we have to choose whether or not we're gonna actually like fight our mentors or join them, which, you know, my character's definitely gonna fight.
Yeah, mine is reluctantly gonna fight them because he's like, y'all saved me, but this is wrong. And
You also just shot fucking Captain America.
and also when I took this uniform, I took on the symbol.
Minus the sickle and hammer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is what happened in our Marvel game so far, and it's pretty fucking crazy. Like we have to fight the Avengers next session. Well, whenever we get back, because next week's session is canceled, so we'll have to wait a couple weeks before we tell you guys what happened. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. But yeah, now on to Trash. Trash, is there anything that you've been doing or checking out that you would like to highlight to the audience? You know, games, anime, movies, TV, anything like that?
Well, I've just been playing Europa Universalis 5. I've been enjoying that. They just put up a new patch that basically fixed a lot of the aggression issues, because there was a point where the AI would just like suicide you. Or no, sorry, like choice of words, bad choice of words. But they would basically like throw themselves at you, even if they didn't have even if they like didn't have anything at you.
Oh yeah.
Then I also saw
the old Civ Gandhi problem.
Basically, yeah. And then after that, I actually saw, like, I've been seeing quite a few movies with the individuals at work, and the last one I saw was Goat. It was okay. I'd say that it was like middle of the road, slightly okay. I feel like the best character was Moto, who is like a Komodo dragon.
Nice.
He's literally the best freaking character.
I mean, Komodo dragons are cool.
He is cool, and he's crazy, so that makes him even better.
Nice.
He's probably the one biggest reason to watch the movie. then outside of that, what else am I doing?
Oh yeah, you got to see beginning of a new era, right? Tony and I saw. I've seen it. What did you think?
Oh yeah, I did see it. I give it a TM opera out of 10.
Nice.
I was upset by the ending, but of course, I had to accept it.
Well, you know, your goat had to lose. It's for the plot.
Yeah, and if she didn't, then she would have been going on for like a bajillion years. I gotta say, it was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so it was like insane. I feel like the story was really good. The characters were great. Obviously the animation was really freaking good.
Yeah.
I have to say there were quite a few plot lines in there.
Yeah, they fit in a lot of storylines into that movie, because you know it's got Pocket, of course, it's got Tachyon, Cafe, you know, a lot of stuff going on there.
Although I feel like the whole cafe thing kind of like went by the wayside.
Cafe was the one that they spent the least time on, which sucks because I probably like Cafe the most.
Same. Well, I mean, not same, but I like Cafe a lot.
Mm-hmm. Although Cafe is a bitch to run against. You know, playing the game. Whenever I see Cafe in the lineup, I get a little scared.
Yeah.
For me, that's always let's see, who's my like really annoying one. Honestly, I don't really think there's anyone that's really that.
You want to know somebody? You want somebody else I have beef with in that game, even though I haven't played in a long time. But when I did play, I always had beef with this character because she would always be like an inch ahead of me in the race at the very end. Nishino Flower. I hate Nishino Flower.
Yeah.
That little kindergartner. You're not even supposed to be here. You're a child. Get away from me.
I mean, there are a lot of like younger looking horses in the game.
Listen, but she's not cool like Haru, alright? Nishino Flower is just a menace for no reason.
I mean, does anybody else see Haru as anything other than their child?
There's somebody out there. There's always one, Trash. There's always one.
Always one.
Like the ones that see
there are also people that don't want to give Jack her cloak and want to like let her trounce around in underwear.
That's exactly what I was gonna talk about. But outside of that, like, I think the movie was good. I enjoyed it. Had fun. Characters were good. The animation was incredible.
Oh yeah.
Especially compared to the anime.
Well, look. The anime still has great moments in it. I'm not gonna let you go that far. The anime isn't terrible.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it's. Well, there are certain parts that are terrible.
Well, I mean, it's a movie compared to an anime, compared to a multi-episode anime. Of course, it's gonna be way better. Like if you saw Cinderella Grey though, Cinderella Grey is kind of like that. That's like what the heck. That budget is like that quality is like out the water for a multiple episode anime series. But I'm glad they do Oguri Cap justice like that, because Oguri Cap is the GOAT. But yeah, okay. So
outside of that, let's see. Just one last thing outside of that, I think that's it, honestly, because I've seen like actually quite a few movies. Like I haven't seen what was that? What was it?
Real quick to plug our recent episode. I mean, you don't have to go into like big detail, but have you seen One Piece live action yet? I've been wanting to hear what you thought. So I am curious.
I have not actually.
Dude, it's so good.
Because I've been like the biggest issue I have, like, it's also something that I haven't even seen the recent One Piece chapters, just because I'm still stuck on like right after Wano.
Oh, the Egghead Island arc.
Because the biggest issue that I have is that as soon as I like get into wanting to read it, something comes up that I can't read it.
Understandable. But no, like I mean, One Piece live action is all like old stuff that like you read a long time ago, so you're fine.
Yeah, I heard it. I've honestly been hearing that it's amazing.
It's really good, and oh my god, Robin is just.
Oh. You mean Miss All Sunday?
I mean, yes, Miss All Sunday, but Robin is. Oh my god.
They actually go the body horror route with her.
Yeah, it's really cool, and she like murders people. It's wild. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of death and murder in One Piece live action. We're not in a show.
Her and Miss Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep.
Do a lot of killing.
We're not in a children's manga no more. This is a teenage and up Netflix show. We're murdering people. Zoro killed 100 people.
And Mr. 3? Oh.
It's pretty crazy. Also, like, we talked about this in the episode. If you want to watch our One Piece discussion, definitely go check that episode out. It should be out by the time you hear this. But man, Nami has a sleeper bod. Live action Nami is One Piece accurate. I was kind of shocked. Like, not time skip One Piece accurate, but like One Piece accurate. Like free time skip One Piece accurate. I don't think Emily Rudd will ever be post time skip One Piece accurate unless she gets some surgery.
Nah. But we'll say that also the men get even buffer.
Oh yeah, everybody is ridiculously hot this season. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, moving on to trailer talk, our final segment before the main discussion, which is of course the segment of the podcast where Bryan has gathered together six brand new trailers, at least as of the recording of this podcast, and he has put them together in a playlist for you lovely people listening to this podcast down in the description below. And this is the point where you pause this lovely video, check out that playlist to watch those trailers, and then once you unpause that video, we will give our rapid fire thoughts on said trailers. I will say today's a big week because one of the biggest trailers we have been anticipating is out. So, and I have avoided it. I have avoided it entirely. At least, one of them. I don't know what the second one is, but I know one of them I have avoided entirely. What is okay, we'll see. But I know one of them I've avoided entirely, and I'm excited to react to it in real time.
Same.
So very excited for this trailer talk. So we'll be back thanks to the magic of editing and to give you those rapid fire fresh thoughts. But until then, please enjoy this word from our non-existent sponsor. And we're back. Okay, so some big trailers in here. One that we kind of just had to go off of Aura, and then a few other good solid ones. There were no stinkers in this batch, and nothing that was just meh either. One that was like a good trailer but did not give us any clue on the premise, but like still a good trailer. But we'll go ahead and start with the big ones. Pause.
Yep.
Spider-Man, brand new day. I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Really excited. I may not like Francis as a character. Mr. I think it's Francis James Castle. I don't like you. Never liked you. But I really like John Bernthal's portrayal, and I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Indeed.
Also,
it's great.
It's good to see Bruce again.
Yep.
Although I wonder why he's Bruce and not Hulk.
Because they don't know what to do with Hulk.
True.
They don't know what to do with any Hulk characters, to be honest. But it's exciting to see him. It looks like they're going to be doing the other storyline where like Pete goes through like a metamorphosis change.
I've seen that.
We get to see some of my favorite classic Spider-Man villains like Boomerang, who fun comic fact for you guys, Boomerang and Peter Parker were actually briefly roommates for a time.
Yeah, that is true.
And there was a really fun story where he took Peter Parker to the villain bar, the bar with no name, and helped him compete for money because they had a Spider-Man trivia night. And they won their rent money.
Yep. Also, Tarantula can be seen in the trailer.
Yep.
And it's confirming its series.
Tarantulas going to be played by Bad Bunny, right?
No,
that was in the Sony verse.
El Muerte.
He was playing. Yeah, he was playing. He was gonna play El Muerte. Yeah.
We don't know who's playing Tarantula or Boomerang. I heard rumors going around that Boomerang is Holland's brother.
That would be kind of cool. Tarantula. Well, all I know is Tarantula needs to be a Hispanic person because of who the character is. So.
But the Hand was also in the trailer.
Yep. Which, if the Hand is there, a certain other individual in red is not too far behind usually.
Yeah. Also, what was I gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seemingly spoils. I've seen someone talk about this. It seemingly spoils the new season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you caught that. Because Peter gets handed the key to the city,
and it's not Fisk. Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, we kind of knew Fisk was going to be taken down, but it wasn't Lillard's character, so that's interesting. So we'll definitely still have to see where that goes next week when Born Again starts.
Yeah.
Oh, is there another season?
Yeah, it's starting next week.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh.
And Jessica Jones is going to be in it.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited.
Also, surprise, Keith David?
Yeah, he was
in
narrating the whole
movie?
he's narrating the whole trailer. So like, what mysterious character is he playing? Is he? Oh my god, I just thought about it. If they're doing the other storyline, is he playing Ezekiel?
Maybe.
Oh God! It's either Ezekiel or he plays Morlun himself.
Oh yeah, that's true. Which is kind of funny because if you remember the movie nobody watched, Madam Web, Ezekiel was the main bad guy, which is kind of funny.
Well, a version of him.
Yeah, but you know, it's still Ezekiel.
He was like Ezekiel in name only.
He was kind of Ezekiel and Morlun put together in one character.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. But also we got to see a little bit of the guy from Severance.
Yep.
He's not bald, so I don't know if the rumors are true.
What was the rumor?
Charles. Xavier.
That makes sense.
Unless they want to go a different direction with Charles.
But Charles with hair just sounds wrong. Even in flashbacks, he didn't have hair.
Yeah. In the first movie.
No, I understand in like I'm talking about in the comics. Like, I've never in the like even with First Class, it felt weird seeing James McAvoy as Charles Xavier with hair.
Yeah.
Because even
so I don't think that it's him, because the big thought about him being Charles was they were thinking that the new spider powers are mutations, and so he would go to Charles, an expert. But it looks like
he goes to Banner for it,
and they're doing more of the
other, which is more magic.
Yeah, which also does tie into the last movie where Strange was his mentor, and he did spend some time in other dimensions, which could have messed with him.
Yep.
Also, if they do want to do that, they did have that like tease with the fact that the spider sense helped protect his body when he had that like out of body experience.
Oh yeah, true.
Remember?
Yeah.
So could tie into that. Also, I've heard rumors that Jackal might be in the film.
Oh God,
Who aren't they throwing in?
If you don't know Jackal, Jackal is Jackal is a bad one.
Jackal is probably, I would argue, the most hated Spider-Man villain outside of Joe Quesada.
Why is that?
And that's a joke, because Joe Quesada is the editor who broke up the marriage. But because Miles Warren, the Jackal, is the person, is the catalyst to the most infamous, most terrible arc of Spider-Man known to man, the Clone Saga. And like, you know, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you say the words Clone Saga, you give them a fucking PTSD flashback. At least if they're a comic reader. Which
Linkara does a really good video on it.
Which, fun fact, the Clone Saga is what got my dad to stop reading comic books.
Oh wow! But yeah. Also, I will say that don't think we saw Sadie Sink.
Nope. At least I didn't see her in the trailer.
And then also, we didn't get to see the villain, if it's not Scorpion.
Although I don't even know if there's gonna be like a main villain or if it's just gonna be like Brand New Day and they go through a gauntlet. Although I do still like the theory that the main villain is gonna be Mr. Negative and he's gonna be who like Pete fights at the end.
I like that.
Like that's one rumor that I heard that I actually like that idea.
And also I've heard that Tombstone is gonna play a smaller role in this movie, but he is going to be a constant stay in the new trilogy.
That makes sense. There's gonna need to be somebody to fill the void for Big Willie, because Big Willie's gonna have to go underground after whatever the fuck happens in Born Again. But it's exciting. I can't wait. Although, like, you know, Tom and Zendaya have both gone on record recently to say that, like, you know, once they have kids, they're gonna retire from acting for like an extended period of time. So clock is ticking.
And apparently they did get married. But the most like popular images of their quote-unquote wedding is AI.
Yep. Speaking of Zendaya,
oh yeah,
let's talk about her movie, or Timothy Chalamet's movie alongside her, I guess. Dune 3. Don't really know what to say because I honestly don't really know what's happening. But Dune has been a really solid series of movies so far. So like I'm still excited for it.
Oh yeah. And also his like not genetically but like
test tube baby psychic sister.
Yep. who apparently, from what I've heard, is even more powerful and more crazy than he is, being played by Anya Taylor-Joy, that is going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. The only thing that sucks is that this isn't going to go straight to streaming. So I'm going to have to see it in theaters. And the only reason I say it's going to suck is because, you know, Bryan can relate to this. I have a very small bladder, and this is a very long movie, so I'm going to probably have to get up to pee at least twice.
Whatchamacallit? Also, we got to see our first look at RPATs.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, you know, little funny side note, you know, they're in the drama, which we reacted to the trailer, which is the movie that it's coming out recently. Apparently they, like, at the end of that said that they were looking forward to doing the next 15 films together.
You know what's funny? Because like Tom and RPATs did that one movie where like that was set in the South. That was also really good.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he in? Tom was in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, all three of them are going to be in a movie together.
Oh yeah, The Odyssey. Duh.
Yep. It's like crazy. I think Zendaya and RPATs are in like 4 movies together this year.
I'm actually surprised that Zendaya and Jacob Elordi have not overlapped as much, considering like they're both like very hot commodities right now, and you know obviously they have the Euphoria connection.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But whatchamacallit? Moving on, we have movie that we're looking forward to, but kind of breaks our immersion a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was called what is it? Like, hold on, I'll look at the playlist.
I'm gonna Outcome.
Yeah. It looks like a really good movie. You know what it reminds me of in vibe? Did you ever watch? Well, it kind of reminds me of both of these Adam Sandler movies. It reminds me of a combination of Punch Drunk Love and Funny People. Have you ever seen any of those? Funny People is really good, by the way.
I've heard good thing.
It's one of the like serious Adam Sandler dramedies that is great. Both of those, fantastic stuff. But it gives me that same kind of vibe. And what Bryan was saying about it breaking our immersion a little bit is because it stars Keanu Reeves, who is apparently playing this like terrible Hollywood actor that everybody hates, and I'm just like, who in the world would hate Keanu Reeves? That's crazy to me. Like, there's nothing hateable about that man. Like, he's so likable that you actually want to side with Johnny Silverhands in Cyberpunk 2077. Like, the only person that I think is more likable than Keanu Reeves is Nicolas Cage. Like, those two have, if we want to use Fate terms, EX charisma.
But yeah, still the movie looks to be fun. Jonah Hill directing.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a very good eye for projects. That last thing we saw a long time ago, where they were it was like set in like a mental institution. I forget
Maniac.
it was called Maniac. We did a podcast episode for a previous iteration of the podcast on it, so you probably can't find it anywhere. But very good show. Yeah, it had Emma Stone in it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So also a lot of different people in there. Glad to see Cameron Diaz coming back more consistently. I know she had that one with Jamie Foxx, but the action movie thing that I heard didn't really do well. Yeah. But glad to see them, her back, and Matt Bomer.
Yeah.
Which that was a really relatable moment.
Oh yeah. And it's just a side note, Matt Bomer is still my one of my top choices for Batman.
Oh yeah.
And or Dick Grayson. He could also pull off Dick Grayson. Like, I know age-wise he's too old, but he also looks mad young. So, you know, it could still work.
Yeah, he's got a bit of that Hollywood vampire stuff that also Keanu has.
He doesn't have the same eternal baby face that like Zendaya has. Like, Zendaya has a case of eternal baby face. But yeah. What's the next one?
This next one you guys are gonna have to fill me more in, because I didn't know about this. Shikiro no Defeat.
Oh, Sekiro. So, you didn't know about this, but you put it on the playlist?
Yeah, because a lot of people were talking about how they were excited for it. So
yeah. So you do know what Sekiro is, right? I'll take that
as a video game.
I'll take that as a no. Yeah, Sekiro is the FromSoft video game set in Japan. It's a Dark Souls. It's a FromSoft Souls-like game set in Japan. That's focused a lot on parry. You parry basically everything. It's really cool. It has a really cool aesthetic. It's about this like samurai dude who I'm not gonna give too much away in the lore, but there's like connection to Okami, different Okami and stuff like that. in particular, a wolf. You'll see he fights a lot of Dark Souls bosses. It looks dope as fuck. Like it has a really cool vibe and look to it. The color palette very much looks like a old school 90s, early 2000s anime, which I'm totally here for as an anime old head. But yeah, it looks super dope.
Indeed. Then we had
the next one is Black Torch, right? Yeah.
It says official trailer, but it's more like an intro.
It's more like a character teaser. It kind of just shows us like character concept art and a couple quick scenes in the from the anime. I've never heard of this series, so I don't know what it's about, but the aesthetic is cool. I wonder what the cat's all about.
It is based upon an anime of the same name that was a Shonen Jump Plus anime that then got
You mean a manga?
Manga. Sorry.
I was like it's an anime based off of an anime. I've never heard of that
got
before.
Compiled into 5 volumes in physical media.
It's only 5 volumes long. Interesting.
Yeah. The license for the English release is Vib Media.
Yeah, Viz does a lot. Viz does a lot of the Jump stuff. That makes sense.
And it's being produced by 100 Studio, which they've done Quality Assurance in Another World, the Mononoke lecture logs of something. So newer studio. Look.
Fair.
But I got the plot synopsis, but it's a little long.
All right.
Jiro Azuma is a teenage monk trained in the art of the ninja who has the incredible ability to talk to animals. Despite this, he was constantly bullied as a kid for talking to animals. He could only find solace with other animals, such as his dog, Nachi. One day, Jiro is led into the woods by some birds and encounters a gravely injured cat.
Of course it's birds. Birds are assholes, man.
He nurses the cat back to health, who is shocked to find out that Jiro can understand him. The cat reveals himself to be Rago of the Black Star of Doom, an immortal Mononoke. He reveals that he was attacked by other Mononoke for refusing to help them. Later that night, Ragu attempts to escape from Jiro's house, but they are attacked by one of the Mononoke Ragu encountered earlier. The Mononoke kills Jiro by stabbing him through the chest with an immense claw. Feeling pity and
Out of curiosity, is it Mononoke or is the word Monogatari?
Mononoke.
Okay, so yeah, it is Mononoke. Okay, because I was like, I know the Japanese word for monster is Monogatari, so I was curious. Never mind.
It does say at one point Mononoke, evil spirit. But feeling pity and indebted to Jiro for saving him earlier, Ragu fuses with Jiro to give him a second chance at life. With their combined power, they kill the Mononoke, but are then taken into custody by the Bureau of Espionage.
So this is just Chainsaw Man with animals.
The two later join the Bureau in order to stop more Mononoke in the future.
This is just Chainsaw Man with animal monsters instead of devils.
And you know what it kind of reminds me of?
Huh?
That King Kong animated show.
Oh, where he merges with Kong. I remember that. That was actually kind of cool.
Man, I haven't thought about that one in like a bajillion years.
But yeah, no, it's just Chainsaw Man with animal monsters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
that's actually see now I'm actually more interested in this now. Also, side note, speaking of anime, this just popped up in my recommended. I just want to let people know. Apparently, Toei Animation actually put the first episode of the English dub of Digimon Beat Break on their YouTube channel to be able to watch for free.
Ooh, that's super
nice.
neat.
And also, it looks like it is a star-studded cast for the dub.
Nice.
And just so we're not here forever, the one that I'll say is Ragu, the cat, is gonna be voiced by Ario Speedwagon.
Nice. Speedwagon.
That's freaking amazing.
Keith Silverstein.
Nice. I love Speedwagon. I'm not gonna lie. Every time you said Ragu, I got a little hungry.
Well, it's because it's written as Rago, Rago.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. When you said ragu, I just kept thinking of pasta, and I'm like, pasta. I didn't eat dinner before we recorded. I'm kind of hungry.
Oh.
But anyways, moving on. Is that the last one?
So no, last one is the Rampart of Ice.
Yeah. So this looks like one of those like sad, contemplative high school anime, like shoujo type things, where it focuses on like the poor bullied girl, but she ends ends up like this, but she was bullied in middle school, and now she's like possibly starting to fall in love with the bully. This is one I haven't seen before, or I didn't read the manga previously.
There was actually one before that. I think it was the one where she was like mute, right?
Oh yeah, a silent voice. That was the one I compared it to.
Yeah. The plot synopsis, which is a lot shorter, is a manga about Kocha Agasawa, about a socially withdrawn high school girl. That's who wrote it. Sorry. Whose solitary life is upended by the persistent advances of a cheerful classmate, Minato Ammonia, pulling her into a group with a popular girl and a kind baseball player.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know what this kind of makes me think of?
What? That just sounds like my friend group in high school.
Yeah, it sounds like a more traumatic version of me joining you guys.
Yeah, I can see that. This was
because basically after like the initial friend group exploded and everything, it was Jay who clinged on to me and like helped push me.
Yep. Yeah, that's funny. Ironically, this is not the first time that you have heavily resonated with a character in a shoujo series. Go watch our Fragrant Flowers Bloom with Dignity episode.
Where spoiler alert, resonate with two.
Yeah, it's the story of what if two Bryans fell in love. It's so fun.
But without further ado, we've talked long enough.
Yep, it's now time to talk about Fate, Strange Fate. Sadly, not Fate Extra Record, because that's paused indefinitely. Sad.
Which really sucks.
But yeah. So we'll start non-spoiler and then jump into spoiler. I'm gonna start with you, Bryan, because like again, you're the complete Fate newbie, so I think you'd be the perfect person to start the like non-spoiler stuff. Like as someone who is not who has never really seen Fate, but like knows Fate through osmosis because you hear us yap about it like all the time. What did you think of your first official Fate series / Holy Grail War?
I knew about Holy Grail Wars, and I knew like this was a whole thing, but this show, like, and you guys might say that this is like the normal thing, but
it is not the normal thing. This is definitely like outside of the norm, even for a regular Holy Grail War. I will say that,
because it was like okay, so here's the situation. Nope, there's another layer. Nope, there's another layer. Nope, there's another layer. Nope, there's another layer.
Strange Fate does that a lot, and that's because it is written by the guy who wrote the novels for Bakuno and Durarara. So he likes to all his stories are onions, lots and lots of layers, or ogres.
I definitely had to take breaks while watching this because it was just like it seems like
I have a question for you. Like as someone who isn't as heavily familiar with Fate, there's a lot of exposition in it. But like, did you find that exposition overwhelming? Was the exposition helpful? Were you able to keep up with stuff? Like,
what I will say is that I was able to keep up. However, as a complete noob, maybe it wasn't the best advice to say marathon it.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Because learning all of that stuff, and it was just like when you thought, okay, I've got a grasp on everything, I know what's going on. Here's another new element.
Okay. Now, would you say as a Fate newbie, would you recommend this to other Fate newbies or people who aren't as familiar with Fate?
Yeah, just know what you're getting into with it. It is gonna be like, because not only is it Fate, which is extensive, like Jay said, it like takes that and like adds so many extra layers to it. So
yeah, it's definitely outside of the norm, even within like the Nasu-verse for sure. Yeah,
but I think if you're a complete noob, you can still hold on to it. Just know what you're getting into. Like this is definitely one of the ones where it's like you can't be on your phone.
Oh yeah, a lot of So which is also why like I recommend to people watch it in the dub, because like if you were watching this in the subs, you'd have to be reading a lot because you would see walls of text.
I can imagine that.
We did not watch it in sub, by the way. Me and Tony watched it in dub for that very reason.
Oh, okay. But I will also say that action there's a lot of it, and It is done well, and
Very well, I would
the music
say.
is really good.
The music is great. I love. I really love the ED, the ending song. It's very catchy, and I also like the art style of the visuals in the ED. It's very fun. And like I actually also really like the opening as well. It's a nice like J hip hop type thing.
Yeah, just the only thing is, when watching it on Crunchyroll, it was a coin flip about whether or not the
skip intro would come up. Yeah, so what I ended up doing is because you couldn't rely on it. I just arrowed through.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I just pressed the forward arrow on my keyboard like 3 times, and it was
Also,
through.
same thing for the credits.
Yeah, the ED. Yep. Which
And also their skip credits button appeared, so it made me think, oh, is there something beyond the credits? Nope.
no, there's not. Crunchyroll I think that's just a thing native to Crunchyroll now.
Okay.
Because I've noticed that's happened with a couple series that I've been watching this season.
Okay, because as we said before, the last like long-term watching of anime that I did was Demon Slayer, and they always end with the Showa era secret.
I mean, you also watched Free Ren.
Yeah.
So that didn't really have anything after the credit. But anyways.
But I was just saying right after.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, I finished it not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. So it's still fresh in the brain.
Cool. So, Trash, now you are a Fate aficionado. I don't know why I couldn't say that word.
It's because it's just after watching Fate, you just kind of like
it does
your brain
it does fry your
burns.
brain a little bit. It does.
Especially this series.
So, spoiler free wise, what did you think as a Fate fan?
Even as a Fate man, it was actually really difficult to kind of follow, just because there were so many plot lines, so many different. The thing is, they added quite a few more servants than normal, and so because of that, it took quite a bit of like stopping and thinking and watching.
And it's also to speak in Fate terms. It's also not even just in like the Fate Apocrypha sense. Fate Apocrypha had more servants, but like you could still follow that because there was just one big storyline going on. Yeah, there's a lot of different factions and sub factions and this, that, and the
it's
third.
a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
It's a moving part story.
Which again is typical for this author. Because Bakuno and Durarara.
Yep.
So
I definitely liked it. It was a nice change of pace, especially considering all the other Fate things.
I was just about to ask you. So as a Fate fan, one of the big discourses among the community is about the pacing. I'm assuming you've seen like all the other Fate anime stuff, right? Like Say Night, Zero, Collide Liner, even Apocrypha, Babylonia, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, especially Prismalia. That was my favorite. I love the part where they.
But anyways, so like, how did you feel about the pacing of Strange Fate, the anime?
There were certain sorry, my dogs.
No, you're fine. They're also clearly excited about Fate.
Oh, definitely. They're just voicing their own love. But I'd say there were certain parts that were really fast and certain parts that were really slow. I gotta say, like, a lot of the parts where they were explaining things were kind of slow, but then the action scenes were really fast, and there were certain parts where I was like, wait, what just happened? And I had to rewind basically.
Now, like,
I can feel like that.
Now, like, when comparing it to other Fate anime, because I mean, Fate is kind of notorious for slow exposition. Personally, for me, I thought that Strange Fate was a lot better paced than your traditional Fate anime, because I remember watching UBW, and UBW took like 3 episodes just to explain the concept of the Holy Grail War.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I feel like it went really blazing fast, because I wasn't used to that.
I personally,
and I gotta say though, I think they were able to like go through it really fast is because they probably know the people that are watching this have
already know what a Grail War is. So like, obviously that doesn't help people like Bryan who only vaguely know the concept, but like, if you're already in it and spending hundreds of dollars on FGO, you know what a fucking Grail War is.
I mean, at least you hope to.
Yeah, if you have skin in the game, you know exactly how the game was played.
Yeah. Now, Tony and I don't really have to go into super detail. If you want to hear our thoughts on it, we did weekly episodes episode reviews, so you can just go back and check those out. This is the point in the video where future Bryan will insert a card somewhere up here to the playlist. But we both thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those things where like Tony has a little bit more experience in it because he did more research into the light novel. I read the manga up to the point where the manga was at. I never actually like really read the light novel version. So like Tony filled me in a lot of those bigger concepts. But with all the stuff that they added in, I feel like they did a really good job of making the explanations feel natural, especially because they kind of like without spoiling anything, they fall back on Stay Night tropes and they allow our characters to also be new to the world, so naturally they would ask questions, so it doesn't feel like, we're just getting this explanation out of nowhere. The characters around us are also like, what the fuck is going on? So then the servants are like, well, here's what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? So that was cool. We also get to see like the return of certain fan favorite characters, which is great. We got to mention a best girl, which I'm excited. Maybe we'll see her in season 2, which by the way, if you did not know, season 2 has been confirmed. So
I was hoping so.
So we don't have to worry about that. But so very much looking forward to it. I cannot wait for more. Tony, if you have anything more to add, feel free.
No, I think you said everything that needed to be said for the both of us, Jay.
Okay, cool. So now it is time to jump into spoiler territory. So if you have not seen Fate Strange Fake, go hop on your Crunchyroll, check it out. If you're a Fate fan, you definitely want to see it. And if you're not, if you haven't watched the Fate series yet, but you've heard a lot about it from your friends, much like we've put poor Bryan through, I think it's totally worth checking out. It's probably the most complex Grail War, but I think it's also it also has the most interesting cast. I think the only Grail War that has a more interesting cast than this would arguably be Fate Zero, which I actually would recommend watching Fate Zero before watching Strange Fake. And if anyone is curious and you are a complete Fate newbie, just real quick, because I know this is a common question everybody get, if you do want like a watch order and you are committed to check out some Fate stuff, I would say just bare minimum watch Zero and then you can jump straight into Strange Fake, because Zero does connect to Strange Fake, because it's an alternate timeline, but all the events of Zero are intact. And in fact, several events in Zero are referenced in Strange Fake. So I would highly recommend watching Fate Zero before watching Fate Strange Fake. Now, we weren't going to put Bryan through that because, Bryan has a job and also had to watch the entirety of this. So we weren't going to be like, hey, Bryan, you also got to watch Fate Zero. But if you are curious about the Fate franchise and you want to jump into Strange Fake, I would recommend jumping into watching Fate Zero first. Now, if you want to do the deep commitment, I would go Zero and then Strange Fake, and then if you want to know what just vanilla Fate is like, watch UBW after.
I'd say since this Grail War takes place in 2009, chronologically, it would be before the 5th Grail War in Fuyuki, so it would be Zero, UBW, then Strange Fake.
You know what? Fair. No, wait. It takes place after the 5th Grail War because...
Yeah, it does.
Because a character from UBW is currently a student in the Elmoloy classroom, so it actually does take place afterwards. It would have to have taken place in like the early 2010s, somewhere in there. But anyways, that's deeper lore talk that we can save for spoilers. But yeah,
I mean, we're already in spoilers, right?
Yeah. So now it's spoiler talk time.
Okay, for those who have questions about this particular setting, I am open to answering those questions since we're in the spoiler-free section. If you have any, I will help you understand.
Yeah. If you do have questions, feel free to leave those questions in the comments down below. We are always down to explain Fate stuff. Shoot.
I was more helping out the panel here if they're confused by something.
Well, I think the only one that would be confused by something is Bryan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or if it's something that Trash is like, oh, why is this happening? Like, oh, it's like this, that, and the other thing. Just as an example.
I would save explanations for spoiler stuff. So yeah, we'll jump out of spoiler free now.
Spoilers now.
Yeah.
We're in the spoiler.
Okay. So Trash, do you have? So I know you said you were confused about stuff. Do you have any? So what do you want explained? I think we'll use the spoiler section as Fate TED Talk time. So
yes, I
what I meant to say was more so I was confused at first, and then I had to read up on it afterwards.
Okay. Okay.
What did you read up on then?
Actually, you know what? A good starting point actually would be, Bryan, what are stuff you have questions on as a Fate newbie?
Well, see, here's the thing: is I'm not as big into like Game of Thrones as you guys, but I am as big a nerd as you guys. So it's like a lot of mythos stuff. I can absorb it at once. So I tracked most of it, honestly.
Okay.
What's some of the things you haven't tracked? Let's just start there.
Yeah. Because this is the interesting kind of thought experience to kind of make the structure of this podcast a little different.
Yeah. So what are just some of the things in the Snowfield Holy Grail War that you would like more context in, that you did not understand, that you couldn't in your just osmosis, as it were?
I guess maybe one of them is maybe twins.
Oh, they're not twins. Okay, so perfect. This is a fun one.
Okay.
This is a fun one.
I will take care of this here.
Okay.
So, Francesca, the Gothic Lolita, she is Francois. Basically, Francesca is the modern incarnation of Francois Prelati.
Because she herself is immortal. She swaps bodies in order to keep living.
And she's died over 23 times get to this particular body. This body is about 3 years old.
And because she's died, she has met the criteria to be recorded in the Throne of Heroes, because you just need to have yeah.
Which is Francois.
Yeah, which is the version that she summoned. So she summoned herself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So there we go.
That's the reason why she says me
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I figured, but it also threw me off because the previous version was math.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. Francois was originally male, but since he developed a magecraft that allowed him to transfer his essence and soul into different bodies, he could take the shape of any person at any point in time, even any gender.
Anything,
and
really.
His is Francesca.
Yeah, Francesca just happens to be, to kind of borrow a term from another show that you're familiar with. Francesca is Francois's current sleeve, in altered carbon terms.
Yeah, I got it the first time.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay, so here's another one I want to run by you to see if you got it or you need any other explanation on. Did you understand Sigma's character arc and his journey? Like what's going on with Sigma?
I can't take his name seriously
Because of the the internet's ruined that.
Yeah, it took me a while, but like I said, Jay, when I first talked to you about it, I was only 5 episodes in. But yeah, his servant class is the Watcher, which is that
Watcher is his servant. Yeah, he summoned Watcher.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But Watcher is instructing him to become the true Lancer of the false and true Holy Grail.
Yeah. So essentially, he's going on a hero's journey in order to become a hero, which is
he's going to be a hero of justice.
Yeah. No, legit.
Yeah.
So to bring it back.
That's the reason why I said that.
What we were talking about before is Strange Fake does a lot of it's very much a celebration of Stay Night, and so you see a lot of parallels to Stay Night characters. This is gonna mean nothing to Bryan because Bryan has not watched any of the Stay Night stuff, but this is more for the Fate people. But it has a lot of parallels to Stay Night stuff. We talked about it extensively in our reviews, but Sigma, Shiro, the role of Shiro Emiya is kind of split between 2 characters, where Ayaka Sajo is more of the reluctant protagonist side of Shiro, that very much wants to keep their servant from getting hurt, very much like early Shiro in the Fate route, whereas
not as dumb.
Not as dumb.
Well, not just that, but also not as sexist.
Not as sexist. Fate route Shiro is very sexist. But then Sigma is more UBW Shiro, where if you watch Unlimited Blade Works, the whole thing with that is Gil putting Shiro through the ringer in order for Shiro to become Emiya.
Nameless.
And so, like, there's that parallel there. And of course, Ayaka is also a nice reference because Ayaka Sajo is actually Proto Shiro. She is the protagonist from the Blue and Silver timeline.
She is like true prototype, and prototype fragments of Blue and Silver is a different thing entirely, where technically the protagonist is her sister.
Yeah, which
and there's also a connection between Sigma and Shiro.
Oh yeah, technically, because they're kind of stepbrothers. Not really, because it's not like Sigma isn't Carrie's kid, but like
yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
No,
yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He's Maya's kid.
Maya's kid.
He's Maya's kid, but he's not Maya's kid. He's not Maya's kid with Kiritugu. Maya,
sure?
Yeah, no, because
he was.
No, she had Sigma before she met Kiritugu. She was assaulted by another mercenary on a job.
Yeah,
and that's how Sigma came to be born.
Never mind. Then I thought I always thought that it was I always thought that it was their kid together, because I remember in Zero.
Oh no!
They had
Yeah,
their,
no.
their
They have a like Kiritugu and Maya do have a sexual relationship in Zero. Yes, but Sigma's too old, because remember, like this is maybe 5 years after the like the Stay Night stuff. Sigma's already a teenager, so he's too old to be Kiritugu's kid.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Because he would be like, he was born. Wasn't he born? Oh yeah, she died.
Yeah, she dies in Zero.
That's right. It's been a while since I've seen Zero. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, she dies. Yeah, she dies in Zero.
Okay, then that makes sense.
So yeah, he was born. He was born before Zero, and so like he is not Kiritugu's child. He's Maya's child.
They having a relationship before Zero too?
No, they met before Zero, but like not in enough time to line up with Sigma's age, because like she met Kiritugu right before Kiritugu got assigned to the Einsburns.
Oh, okay, got it.
So like,
and for Bryan, this is probably like
it all sounds like gibberish to Bryan, but this is also helpful to the Fate people who might not do all the lore deep diving that we do. But yeah,
I will say though that with like most of my questions though, it's like stuff that I'm pretty sure the answers are spoilers.
Oh yeah, I'm not. If those are the case, we won't answer those. But feel free to ask the questions.
Yeah,
like what's going on with the MC?
Wait, which MC? There are kind of a couple.
Ayaka.
Oh,
Ayaka?
That's not revealed. That's not revealed yet. So yeah, that's a spoiler. That's also connected loosely to another Nasuverse franchise. And also,
Ayaka is a unique case because it is revealed in the light novels, but not so much in the anime yet.
Yep.
So I know what her deal is. I just can't say it here.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured. Also, what the shit was going on with that water lady?
Yeah. See, that one we even didn't know. We had to do some googling.
Yeah, and then I still have no idea what's going on with that. Wouldn't it be like that's going to be revealed later?
No, see, I don't think it's a spoiler because we had to Google it, and like there was no information on the Fate wiki. This is all our speculation from mythology research, so this is just a theory, a Fate theory.
Game theory.
But so from what we Googled, Zhao, the Chinese water lady, is a mythological figure that is a guardian water dragon that is that in Chinese mythology is meant to protect royalty and people of great importance. So our theory is that like she very much like Philia, aka Ishtar, is a divine spirit that like downgraded herself in order to exist in this reality marvel and protect Tsubaki, but because because she couldn't do that for an extended period of time, she had to go, and so she passed on the duty of protection to Sigma, which we saw.
Yeah.
So that's our personal speculation. Like that we could talk. Other
and
stuff.
then on top of that, little bits of information that we talk about in our reviews that I like to sprinkle in. The Kurokas, basically worse Matos.
Oh yeah, they are 100% worse than the Matos. They are.
Wait, the who?
The Kurokas, Tsubaki's parents.
Basically they're like the ones from Full Metal Alchemist that.
Yeah, no, they are definitely on the level of fucking Shao Tucker, 100%.
Yeah.
They are evil. Like,
on top
I
of
was
that,
definitely getting Shao Tucker vibes.
especially from the dad. When the when the dad was talking to Sigma,
Yeah,
it was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Like, imagine though, to be twisted enough to infect your own daughter with a fucking ancient bacteria that powers your magic and turns your daughter into like a walking magic bacterial colony and puts her in a coma and then makes her the vessel for death. Literal, actual, factual death.
Like
Yeah.
the horseman of the apocalypse death. That's what False Rider is.
Which, I will be honest, I actually did kind of see that one coming.
Oh yeah, it was telegraphed pretty hard. It was telegraphed pretty hard. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't a shocking twist.
Yeah,
No.
not especially considering how freaking menacing he was.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that Enkidu basically kept on saying it was the opposite of life all the time.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah.
and if you know your fate lore and you know Enkidu is a creature of the earth, so their priority is to protect the planet and the planet's inhabitants. So like, of course, they would see literal death as the biggest obstacle. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pale Rider themselves, in the light novel, it identified itself as he. So yeah, Pale Rider is terrifying.
But death is a concept, so we're just gonna continue to use gender neutral.
Yeah. Also,
the character itself shows its pronouns.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants to be identified as he.
You know, that's fair. So I guess real quick, to unless Brian, you had anything else to add,
those powered up gems, which definitely reminded me of Residuum from Critical Role.
Oh yeah.
Powered up.
But the green gems that the rich dude was using to power Mercule, because that's why Mercule was so powerful, right?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Wasn't Mercule the alias that he was taking? Hercules.
Oh, Heracles.
It's
You mean
You mean Alcides?
Alcides, sorry.
No.
So Alcides isn't an alias. So actually, if anything, Heracles is the alias. Alcides is his real name.
Oh, okay.
Heracles means gift of Hera. He took that name in order to get his bitch stepmom off his back, which obviously didn't work.
Yeah, and on top of
Yeah.
that, let me explain the circumstances that Alcides came to be. He was summoned normally in the form of Archer, that being true Archer. However, Corleone, Basilisk Corleone, this creepy, crazy motherfucker, decided, nah, I'm gonna corrupt you with Grail Mud. And with that Grail Mud corruption, we got Alcides, who's an Avenger class servant.
Which takes the original Heracles, who is, you know, honorable, great, noble hero of legend, and turns him into Kratos, the god who fucked me over for far too long. It's time for me to get my revenge and destroy all the gods.
Yeah.
But the thing about Alcides that works differently because that he's now an Avenger, King's Order replaces God's Hand, which is how he can be revived 12 different times. In his Berserker form, and in the Archer form too. But with King's Order, he could basically manifest
Different
aspects of the labor into Mystic Codes or Phantasmal Beasts.
which is why we see our good boy Kerberos a couple times, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And why he has access to the Nemean Flying Pelt.
And fun fact, Heracles / Alcides, which, you know, we always just refer to him as Alcides because he is not Heracles in this. He's just Alcides. He's a regular dude.
Yeah.
Alcides actually shares a noble phantasm with another character that we see in this Grail War, that being Hippolyta, Queen of the Amazons.
You're right.
Because if you know your Greek mythology, Heracles stole Hippolyta's girdle, which was fashioned through the warband of her father Ares. Yeah, that's right,
Which is why
folks.
she talks to him as if she knows him very well.
Because they knew each other very well. In fact, they bumped uglies.
She thought that she knew him, but
Yep.
this
Funny
version
thing,
of him.
also, there's a reason we haven't seen Hippolyta's master yet. It's because Hippolyta's master is a unique circumstance that we're not introduced yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, like, probably the most unique circumstance is Enkidu's master, which I think is so cool. Their master is the best dog, best boy.
This fucker.
It's a good doggo.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Technically a chimera, but good doggo.
He's a good dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I like how at the one point they're fighting and and she tries to get involved and Doggo's like, nope.
Nope, we're going over here. They're gonna blow up stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess now let's just kind of go through our cast of servants and see what everybody thought of them. And when I say everybody, I mean Bryan and Trash, because Tony and I have given our extensive thoughts already on said servants. So we talked a little bit about Alcides. So I guess we'll start there. What do you guys think of this version of Old Hurt?
Terrifying.
Oh yeah, he means business. He me.
I cannot see him as Berserker.
Oh yeah,
in
of course not. Of course not. Especially because like it and you know, this is meant to be that way. Is that like because he's able to like actually harm children is what makes him so scary.
Yeah, because we all know how Herc really loves Ilya.
And I mean, he also just loves children in general, especially because of the guilt he feels, very much like Kratos actually, for like murdering his family. So
because Hera decided to induce him with madness.
because I mean, Greek mythology lesson number 1: Hera is a bitch.
Yeah.
And Zeus can't keep it in his pants.
Yeah, that's lesson number 0.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like he's really cool. I also just love the voice actor in the dub. He gives like Kratos energy, and I
I have
love it.
not listened to the dub. I only saw the sub.
The dub is really good.
Oh.
The dub is really
Poor
good.
child.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why I had to stop.
See, that's the reason we watched the dub, because we were like, I'm not gonna read all that shit.
I mean, I felt like I needed to read it, so therefore and also I just like the voice actors for the Japanese version.
The English voice actors are really good as well. I would like, I highly recommend it. We are no longer in an age where dubs are bad.
Yeah, and on top of that,
you say that, but then there's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho is an outlier as opposed to the exception. Yu Yu Hakusho's English dub was great, but that is like one of 3 from the 90s that was actually good. Like Dragon Ball.
Good point.
Like, yeah, there were some good ones there, but we're living in an era where like 90% of English dubs in anime are really good. Now, obviously, there are some problems, and certain dubs want to feel, you know, self-important and want to change things, but
just to be quirky.
that's like few and far between. That's not like a general rule. That's just certain localization teams are weird and want to ruin jokes. Looking at you, Don to Don.
Or fucking change the meaning of a saying at the end of every episode. Looking at you, dumbbell.
Or just ruining the
nice bull.
or just ruining
It's
the
nice
comedic
bull.
timing of a beloved comedy series. I'm looking at you, D Gray man.
And I'm also looking at you when you wrote a joke, D-Frag.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm looking at the voice actor who played the man.
Yep.
And his name is Chris Dry Alex.
Oh, nice.
He was Panthero in the rebooted.
2009
Thundercats?
Thundercats. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also, one thing I'll say about Alcides is Reincarnation Pandora is only accessible when he's an Avenger.
Yep.
So,
And also just to give the Gil fans some cope, your goat is not washed, okay? It's just, if they didn't take him off the table, Alcides would have stolen Aya and just won the entire thing.
Yep.
Your goat, you don't have to cry. Your goat is not washed.
You know something funny?
He was just a casualty of the plot.
Alcides?
So is he just like dead forever then?
He's not dead. No, it's just this instance of him is dead. Like, you know, he just got knocked out of the Grail War.
No,
Like
I meant.
they-
Well, that's what I meant. Like,
Oh yeah, he's out. He's out for good.
Yeah. This version of
not
him,
necessarily. That I would be spoiling, but
I mean, like they've hinted at like Tina is working on stuff with Enkidu, so yeah, there is a possibility for him coming back. They did open that door.
yeah. And one thing I will say that he does come back, but it's not exactly the way he used to be.
Interesting.
In Strange Fate, at the start of it, with Whispers at Dawn, he's going to be very different when he comes back.
Oh, interesting.
I have theory.
Interesting.
it's a game theory. Oh, I have no idea what's going on, so I don't like. That's the thing, is that I was like, wait, why is he still here if he's dead?
That's because Tina used her command spells to keep him materialized.
Yeah, she spent all her command spells to keep him there. Like that's why her command spells is
Still had one more.
Oh, she does have
Spent
one.
two.
She spent 2.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
spent 2. I
one to
remember.
summon him, one to keep him alive.
Yep.
No, just to keep him materialized and just
Yeah, that's what I meant.
there.
Yep.
Not alive,
Yeah.
but materialized.
Yep. And she's currently like pumping a bunch of magic into him, and like Enkidu's helping somewhat.
Yeah.
Because
With the
Jay,
battery.
I was one of those like, oh man, he got killed again.
Yeah, but like, all right. Let me play lawyer / devil's advocate for Gilly Boy here, because like it's not Gil's fault. I know everybody is jumping the gun and it's like, oh, here we go again, classic Gilgamesh arrogance. It's not arrogant. Like, yes, he tossed.
Technically, it is.
Yes, but not in the traditional Gilgamesh way, is what I mean. Like,
Where he's like,
like-
it's like legitimately.
yes, he tossed away the key, right?
But
And
nobody could have done it except for that
that's
one
what I'm
specific
saying.
person.
Yeah. Like,
If that person wasn't involved, then
if it wasn't Ishtar, somebody who knows him extremely well, and
many
like,
ways.
and also is his biggest hater of all time, like so much so that she derails her goal for a second just to troll him. She is the only person that could do that. No one else in this grail. It's not like in UBW where Gil just refused to like go 100% on Shiro and use Aya. This is literally, he could not have predicted this could have happened to him. So it's not his fault.
And she specifically says that if Gil and Enkidu were to join in for something, then she would specifically materialize just to screw them over.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say here, Trash. Thank you.
That's how deep her grudge goes.
Also, the thing that like quote unquote killed him was a long range attack. How was he supposed to see that coming?
Yep.
I mean, he's actually very good at seeing that kind of thing.
And I mean, also like the shit's laced with a venom he was not prepared for. Like,
So, here's the thing. To explain the order of operations here. Alcides hit him with the 9 live symbol phantasm. Couple do hit Gil with Hydra Venom that are also boosted by Syntholium Birds and Grail Mud.
Yep.
But what got him in the chest was Hunaba shooting a beam at him.
Yep.
That worked kind of like a hammer.
Yeah. So
and it's specifically, I don't know if it's spoilers to like say what it is exactly, because we still don't know what it is, right?
I mean, no, they said they said what it is in the anime. It was a beam from Hinaba, and they explained that Hinaba is the giant monster that him and Enkidu fought in Gilgamesh's Legend. They said all that stuff.
Oh, did they? I didn't see that part. Maybe it's because I missed that second.
Yeah, that's what True Berserker is.
Yep.
It's basically a more mechanical manifestation of Hunaba, the entity that both Gil and Enkidu fought in the Cedar Horde.
Yep.
Sorry, Tony, you got like really muffled there, so I didn't hear you.
Yeah. So to clarify, to explain what Tony just said, what True Berserker is a mechanized version of Hunaba, which is the monster that Enkidu and Gilgamesh fight in the Great Cedar Forest in the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's actually the monster that they fight together that actually forges their friendship. That's how they become friends, is working together to beat that monster up.
Okay, because I did not know, because specifically I know my things, but I don't know everything.
I'm specifically because with this it lands on my 2 favorite subjects: history and literature. And I say literature because the Epic of Gilgamesh is the world's oldest story.
Which I do gotta say that it did also talking about like myths and stuff. It took me a while to like realize who Saber was.
I mean, if you don't know your British history, you're not. It's not one you're gonna just pull out of the hat. Although he is one of the more famous kings. So with that, let's talk about Saber real quick. Richard the Lionheart.
Oh, Richie, we love Richie.
Richie is when we saw episode 2 and we got to see Richie in full glory, we were like, this is gonna be Bryan's favorite character. Brian's gonna be all about Richie.
Yeah.
Like, this is super Bryan coded, and also like Bryan just likes knight stuff. Like, he ran the Noble Knights deck in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
He gets it. If Richie played FGO, he would spend hundreds of dollars to summon every Saber, because
also,
boy does he love Arturia.
I do gotta appreciate the whole fact that he is such an Arthurian nerd
that he turns everything into Excalibur. Yep. Yeah, that's always fun. The only complaint I have at the dub is just a general Fate complaint. Shut up, Fate. Her name is Arturia. Shut the fuck up. Arturia. Yeah. No L.
You mean Altria.
No, shut the fuck up, Trash. I will kick you out of this call. I will kick you out of this call. Do not tempt me. No, Artoria, do not disrespect the King of Knights. All right, Artoria.
Which I did.
I mean, Morgan kind of did disrespect her by.
I mean, she's family. She's allowed to disrespect her.
I do have a bit of a question.
Okay.
Involving him.
Sure.
Like, just clarification. His master died.
No,
right?
his master is Ayaka.
Oh.
Like the guy did die, but he died before he even got a chance, before the summoning ritual even started. Ayaka summoned him.
Well,
Ayaka
didn't
is his
Ayaka
master.
already have the tattoo before?
Yes, but those tattoos were used in the summoning process. You know what I mean?
And also, those tattoos are part of something else that's related to Ayaka.
Yeah, that's part of that's
I'm not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I realized that was spoiler stuff, but it's just I thought
Yeah, yeah.
like, maybe for
No, I get where the confusion comes from, because you receive the tattoos when you summon a servant. But yeah, those tattoos, without going into the spoiler, basically served as the battery for her to activate the summoning circle, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it would make sense to everybody, but uber nerd me, who like into a lot of like
Yeah.
mythology and stuff,
If you understand your D&D terms, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and like the cool thing about him is, because he grew up on stories of Arturia and like King Arthur and his knights and stuff. That's why he's such a uber fan.
Fanboy.
And it's so
Yeah.
it's so fucking cute.
But it's like fan recognizes fan.
Yeah, I also find it funny that, like, of course he's paired up with Ayaka because Ayaka looks like Saber.
Yeah. And the funniest thing
You're
about
right.
that is mostly entertaining because due to him being the biggest fanboy, any weapon or any object that he has in his hands could become Excalibur.
which we saw
we mentioned that.
to the greatest effect when he had the sparring match with Enkidu, and he just picked up a stick and was like, all right.
By the way, does he know that that Artoria is a woman?
I don't think so, but I also don't think he would care.
Yeah,
because,
I don't think so.
yeah.
The
because
reason why
he
I asked is because in one of the flashbacks, he sees her as a
it shows the silhouette of Proto Arthur, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and Proctor is a different beast entirely.
Yep.
In terms of like canon, but the other thing about Richie is that most people don't really understand, and I can help clarify, is he wasn't the only one that was in the summoning. Well, in his summoning, he has his companions with him, which is part of his noble phantasm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he has a noble phantasm that allows him to create what are essentially shadows of those who followed him in life.
Or-
That's the name of Lockstone.
Yep.
Ring any bells, Bryan?
Yep. And I do gotta respect a dude who can take advice from the man that killed him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though technically the man that killed him in actual history was
Wasn't
a child.
it was not a man, it was a child. But
Okay.
they aged him up to make him to make it not look as bad, I guess.
Yeah, because they flayed that poor child when he killed him.
It's pretty intense. History's fucked up, y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that is.
history is fucked up.
To quote
Just like,
to quote one of my one of my favorite YouTubers, Fact Boy himself, Simon, the past is the worst.
yeah, like we like to like infantilize pirates.
Romanticize is the word.
But-
Romanticize is the word you're looking for.
Yeah,
Romanticize, sorry.
infantilize would be
Infantilize is I mean, some people like to.
is what they did to Jack.
Romanticize.
Yeah.
Romanticize. Like to romanticize pirates. But in actuality, all of the pirates of history, there were only like 2 that were somewhat on the side of good.
Yeah, like one that's like definitively a better person. I would say, like, you know, the Dread Pirate Roberts, Bartholomew Roberts, I think is more on the good side of the D&D alignment chart.
And then
Started off a little rough, but
Actually,
Like,
no.
what is his-
Bart he was a good-natured man. He was the only pirate to basically hold Sunday Mass on his ship.
and he freed some slaves. Now, granted, he did sell some in the beginning, but
Also, they had
Not everyone can be perfect.
what is his name? Like Edward England,
oh yeah,
Edward
yeah.
Teach?
the quote unquote kind pirate.
Oh shoot! I know that epithet, but I don't know the actual pirate's name. But I know who you're talking about.
Him.
Yeah.
And then I'd argue somewhat Zhao Zhang.
I mean, Zhao Zhang, I wouldn't even say was a good pirate. She was, a non-sexist equal opportunity. She believed in meritocracy. I wouldn't necessarily call her a good pirate because she still participated heavily in the slave trade, and
she just grew into piracy.
she was a girl boss more so than a good pirate.
Yeah.
And but the thing is just for the FGO fans at home, the Richie in game is not the same Richie as in Strange Fate. That's a different Richie entirely.
Yep, whole different can of worms. We could do a whole separate video explaining that because that's a canon timeline bullshit. But other servants real quick. Let's talk about Jack, and let's talk about my favorite character of this entire fucking show, Flat Escardos.
Your voice thing.
Love that man. That's another character I felt like Bryan was gonna really enjoy because he's one of Bryan's favorite tropes, the underestimated idiot.
Yeah, he's also very shonen MC coded.
So to give you an idea, Bryan is the only one that will understand this reference. Flat is the inspiration Tony had for Stella, at least part of Stella.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But yeah, Flat's fucking great, and I also love this take on Jack.
Yeah,
this take on Jack is awesome.
You're telling me?
I mean, no, don't get me wrong, Trash. I love my murder daughter. I have her at NP5, not on purpose. She spooks me all the time, but I love.
And you make sure that she has her clothes on.
I do make sure she has her clothes on. Unlike you fucking weirdos. Senshin 1, that's it. No further. My daughter will not leave the house dressed like that. No, sir.
You mean the ones that go, that have the crying emoji?
Yeah, exactly. And no third ascension, you fucking weirdos. Get out of here. But yeah, I love this take on Jack. It's so cool. I love that it plays much more heavily on the anonymity of Jack and the mystery that exists because of it. But I also like the homage that they have in his Noble Phantasm, where you see all the speculated identities of Jack, and in that silhouette you actually get to see Apocrypha Jack.
And on top of that, one thing about Jack
summoning.
So
it's not work. Jack is basically, like Jay said, anonymity cloaked in fear and anxiety. So he can be anything and everything that you think of.
I get that.
Yeah, which is why that version of, and that's why, so there is a true, quote unquote true version of Jack. It's the version that you see in a different Fate series that you haven't seen before, Bryan, where she's.
I'm familiar with.
Yeah, you've seen what that version looks like, yes. But yeah. So the reason this version of Jack comes up is because Flat uses a toy as a catalyst, and because it's ambiguous and more connected to the myth of Jack, this version of Jack pops up. Because that toy that Waver got is connected to a video game that is based on the From Hell comics.
No, that's more like it's based on just fighting demons in London.
Oh yeah.
Interesting, but so
it's like that's why that version of Jack is around, and he's really cool. I like that. I like Jack.
I like this version of Jack.
Honestly, I like how he changes from the beginning to now to later on.
He has a really interesting character development because he develops more of a character as he goes on. He definitely starts off as just kind of your basic murder hobo, but then he starts to develop an appreciation for humanity, which is really interesting.
Not to mention, even though he's has a demon form, he's still doing things for people.
Yeah, the greater good. Yeah. It very much reminds me of to connect it to another anime. It reminds me of the version of Jack the Ripper we see in the Records of Ragnarok manga. Very much like that. The ultimate representation of the evils of humanity.
And I like his little speech about how you're not a god, you're a human.
Yeah, that was awesome. And also the monologue with the From Hell drop chills. Absolute cinema.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
how it works. It's basically a bounded field that feeds on people's fears. So it needs people to see what's going on when Jack activates it.
Yep, which very much like reflects.
Jack absorbs from it. He's stronger.
Yep. Which is why like Al absorbing it is scary as fuck.
And that's why Homeboy was just like, fuck this, fuck everything, run.
Nope, I'm out. Sorry, Master. We gotta go.
Everybody run, abort mission, we are done.
Also, like, now that we're mostly done with the servants, because we already talked about Hippolyta, and there's not really much to talk about Hippolyta without spoiling stuff.
Yeah, and she doesn't appear very much. Although we haven't talked about Enkidu very much, have we?
I mean, yeah, we haven't really talked about Enkidu very much, but, like, again, there's not too much to say about Enkidu besides his master is the best, or their master is the best, because they are technically genderless, so, you know.
Can't be,
it's not gay if it's clay. Exactly.
And then also,
Orlando just being an idiot.
Yep.
But Chief Reeves is easily duped.
He's very the chief is gullible as fuck. Like so I guess this is a good time to transition into side characters. So let's talk about the chief and Clan Callison, his squad of super magic cops. I love those guys. I fuck with Clan Callison, especially the guy with the afro cop. That's my man right there.
Oh yeah,
it reminds me of the guy from Eureka 7.
Yeah.
And like when he steals his spear for a bit.
Yep. And like they have the little banter exchange. Like I'll have to arrest you for theft later. It's like, oh man, that's scary. Love that. Afro cop, you're the best. I hope you don't die.
Yep.
And then our boy John.
Yeah, Johnny boy. We really thought you were dead. We really thought you were dead.
Oh yeah, I even did like a thing with Jay, but that happened when I was like, "Rip John."
Yep.
But that was such a like.
Oh yeah.
Record scratch moment.
Yeah, like oh fuck, he got pancaked. So yeah, that's fun. You wanna talk?
A caster. We're forgetting a caster.
Oh yeah, Alexander Dumas, which
the one that helped God.
Yep. The other thing I want to complain about the English dub and is they keep pronouncing his name wrong. Like it's Dumas, not Dumas. You don't pronounce the S, just like you don't say Du Bois. It's Dubois.
Also, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but the man that was voicing Dumas sounded like he was trying to do a Mark Hamill impersonation.
I mean, I definitely see that he kind of has Joker eyes.
Yeah.
Like in the character design, but like I think that's just more so because Dumas. It's more so like I think the Mark Hamillness in there is more of the theatricalness that Dumas has as an author.
Well, it's the theatricalness plus the gravelly voice.
Also,
I wasn't saying like Joker Mark Hamill. I was saying
just Mark Hamill in general. Yeah, but like also the thing that like I appreciate that like we kind of had to take some time to adjust to, and we also had to confirm with some. We had to like no joke. I had to confirm with some black people. Like Dumas does actually look black in the anime because like one of the things because the manga of course is black and white, so like you couldn't really tell, and he looked more like just like a white guy when you see like the manga design, but like he actually looks like a black man, which is very important because Alexander Dumas is one of the like earliest, most prolific black authors of all time. Wrote The Count of Monte Cristo, The Three Musketeers, several other things, and his Noble Phantasm is obviously super important.
He has two actually.
Yep.
And I do like the whole thing about do you remember your soldiers' names? I do.
They're all now principal characters in my latest work. I love like the importance of story and how that's framed within Dumas' entire arc, which is very fun.
Yep.
It's very
he takes a lot of inspiration from Billy.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
Which Billy Shakes is an idol of Dumas, as he mentioned in his like backstory, because like that was the thing that really kind of sparked him to want to be an author.
Yeah, and fun fact, in the light novel, to add a historical note to Dumas in the Naziverse, an author friend of his that he met at a play in Paris, they talked about vampires, and it's the most hilarious thing on the planet.
Oh, nice. Oh, speaking of vampires, let's talk about a fun vampire like minor character, Jester.
This asshole.
I fucking hate him, but man,
Me
does he
too.
give us some cool action scene.
Oh yeah.
Which leads me to my, probably my second favorite character of the entire show, the Padre. Father Cervantes. Father Cervantes is fucking dope, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Hansa Cervantes, this Spaniard wild child with cybernetics led by God. Shit out of time.
Right? You are a robot made with the power of God and anime, or cyborg with the power of God and anime. It's fucking
I love
amazing.
it when the dude meets him, and it's just like, you're 70% robot? That's so cool!
Freaking Mazinger there.
Yep.
And just the Padres, look like that's surprising. Okay.
It's like, how were you able to know that? And it's just like, well, I couldn't detect any magic from you. I love Flat. Flat understands. He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets real cool. I know it's real cool.
Oh, man.
Flat is almost, I think Flat is almost like what would happen if Jay tried to portray a Tony character.
that is 100% accurate, actually. I could totally see that. But yeah. I love Jester in a love to hate kind of way. He's the worst. He's so detestable. He's manipulating this poor sweet little girl, you fucking
Din bag.
piece of crap.
And is that multiple heart thing just common with
No,
vampires in this world?
it's his particular skill. It's his unique power.
Okay.
Yeah, with Chester, he basically has
It's like a revolver.
Yeah. So when a form of him dies, he can actually just rotate the revolver and have a different heart in place.
Now, he has to keep killing people to steal their hearts to load into his chamber, so if you kill him before he can load in another heart, he's dead for good. But, nobody's been able to do that.
Yeah, which I did like that one scene with Sigma where he's like, shoots him right in the head, and he's like,
How many left
got
in chamber?
the
Yeah,
chamber?
love that shit.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay, that one I didn't catch actually.
also,
I didn't catch that power.
oh yeah, that's why he has the different forms. Why he has a small child form. That's just a whole separate body. It's not just he transformed. That's a whole separate body with its own heart and everything.
See, everyone,
Yep.
even me who's known all this stuff and can watch it, I still have no idea what's going on sometimes.
Yeah, that's why when the dude talks to him, he's like, I can tell that if the Padre talks to him, he's like, I can tell it's you because of the smile.
Yep.
Because the mannerisms would be the only thing that would transfer over.
Exactly. Also, just something fun with Jester is his odd fixation on his servant No Name Assassin, who is a very fun character in her own right. I really like No Name. She's very cool. She's very classic, edgy anti-hero. Very much how I'm currently playing Yuki in the Marvel game.
Nice.
Honestly, she is very cool. I like her a lot.
I like how she uses all her different Zamaniyas. I think it's very creative. I like the idea of a servant being able to borrow other servants' abilities.
Oh,
That's actually, here's the interesting thing about No Name. She is the only Hassan candidate to actually lose out and actually being a Grandmaster to 100 Face Hassan.
Oh, she lost 100 faces. Interesting.
Yeah, she was passed over because she was too zealous in her belief.
That makes sense.
and the reason why I just went, oh shit, is because I just realized Lion Art is kind of how I've been playing
Red Guardian.
Malcolm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Side note, Brian, here's a fun little game for you. We briefly talked about Watcher. Can you guess what historical and or mythological figures all the different spirits of Watcher are? Which we saw all of them.
No.
All right. So I'll describe them, and I want you to give a guess. The old man. Which one do you think the old man is?
I don't know that one.
So I'll give you this hint. The water spirits all have a theme in common. They are all figures that have demonstrated some kind of act of hubris. And the old man is actually a character from a famous novel. That is
Homer?
Not Homer. Homer is an author. A character from a famous novel.
That's
right. And if you notice, he has a sailor's coat on. He has a sailor's outfit.
It's not Odysseus, is it?
No, it is not Odysseus. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. Think famous sailor full of hubris who constantly chased after a goal. In fact, chasing after a goal is named after. There's a colloquialism that references this character.
What's his name? Moby Dick.
Yep, Captain Ahab. Captain Ahab.
Ishmael.
That is correct. Call him Ishmael.
Captain Ahab.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The old man is Captain Ahab. There is one I think you would recognize because you hear me yap about Greek mythology all the time. There you see one that is a young man who is burned that has a set of wings.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What's his face? God, my brain is not working tonight.
It's
but
okay.
I know who it is. Flew too close to the sun.
Exactly. Yep. You got it.
In the Hercules animated series.
You got it. You got it. Icarus. That is correct. You named all the right descriptions, so I'll give that one to you.
It's weird that that's the first place that my mind went.
It's okay. Now, one you're not going to know at all because it's a very obscure Greek mythological character, but Trash, you might know it. There is another young man that we saw there that is actually an existing FGO character. You're familiar with him. The young man with the snake. He is the younger version of an existing FGO character. That is a caster. Yep, Asclepius.
I was gonna let Bryan say it.
Well, Bryan doesn't know FGO, so yeah. Bryan would not have known that one. It's cool. And then Bryan, you definitely know this one because it's easy. The last one that we know that we've seen so far, both in the anime and in the light novel. Even though the light novel has never given their name, but we're pretty sure we know who it is, especially after seeing it in the anime. Is the female pilot?
Yeah, Earhart.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I went to an elementary school named after her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The way they did elementary school in where I grew up was they split it into two. Like K through 5.
K through 5, and then
K through 3.
Oh, K through 3, and then 4
I think
through
it was
5.
like K through 3, yeah, and then 4 through 6.
Okay.
But the elementary school was the Bob Hope Elementary School.
Oh, cool.
But then the other elementary school was the Amelia Earhart.
Nice. But yeah, so that's a fun thing. It's just seeing all the different characters. Is there anyone else that we missed? We talked about Ayaka. We talked about Tsubaki. Talked about a little bit about Enkidu. We did a whole section on Gil.
We don't really go into it, but aesthetic wise, I did like.
No, go ahead, Bryan. Sorry, I'll say afterwards.
I was just gonna say I did like, even though we didn't get to see them too much, I like the aesthetic of Padre's Angels.
Oh yeah. The different like executioners that were with him. One of them looks exactly like CL from Tsukihime, but Tony told me that it was not CL. It's just somebody that looks exactly like her for some reason.
By the way, what timeline is this in?
So it is an alternate timeline to specifically to UBW because and I know, and you know it's UBW because because Rin goes to college in the clock tower with Shiro there in that
kind of figured,
in that timeline.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
So it's an alternate timeline from that one, so it's split off another one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Shiro's out doing his thing.
Yep. He's out there carrying Rin's shopping bag somewhere.
getting crazied by Luvia.
Yep. And of course repairing all of the electronics that Rin inevitably breaks.
That's true.
But yeah. So who are you saying that we're missing, Trash?
The servant for we're missing the other guy, the Mr. Pro America guy, Mr. Donald Trump himself.
You talking about wait, which character?
Oh.
Which character?
Remember the guy who in the pilot shot the other mage that went to
right, in the pilot episode.
Yeah, he was throughout the whole series too. The one who summoned True Assassin.
Oh yeah, because we don't really see much of him in this season. Like he's in like little glimpses, but yeah.
But we already know who his servant is.
Oh yeah, True Assassin is really fucking cool.
It's who I think it is, right?
Oh, I don't think it's one of the Hassans we know.
Are you sure? Because I have a feeling it's True Hassan. First Hassan.
No, it's not Gramps. It's confirmed to be not Gramps because.
Oh, it's not.
Because Gramps is a Grand, so like the only reason he came down to Babylonia is because he gave up his Grand status.
And I wonder who it is because he speaks like.
Oh yeah,
Gramps.
no, it like we don't actually know. It's not it's never confirmed. It's highly speculated that he is one of the earlier Hassans, but he is not first Hassan. He does speak in the same old-timey way that Gramps does.
I got a question. This is just about Fate Universe, because thinking about him, is Chiron a servant?
Yeah, you actually see him in Fate Apocrypha, and Chiron is a centaur man, because obviously Chiron is a centaur. He's an archer.
I'm not thinking about Chiron then. I'm thinking about what's his name? Shit.
Describe him.
The like ferryman.
Oh, that's Charon. Yeah, sounds similar, different person.
Yeah.
But no, Charon is not a servant. At least not one that we know. Not yet. Maybe someday. That would be cool.
That was like one of my theories to who True Assassin was.
He does kind of have that vibe with all the skeleton stuff. I kind of get that. But so to explain a little bit of the Fate world, pretty much everyone in the assassin class, or at least like the ones that are used in Grail Wars, are what are known as what are known as Hassans, which is where the Assassin's Creed order comes from. The original order of like Arab assassins, where the word assassin actually comes from, Hassashish.
And just for your clarification, I just got here. Crash, you're thinking of Faldius.
Yep.
That's the gentleman's name. Faldius Geoland. That's his name.
Yeah.
He's a part of a government organization that's associated with the United States government itself that is comprised of not only mages but also regular folk, regular spies, and they are sanctioned by the U.S. government to do magic.
He's essentially Fate Nick Fury, who's in charge of the magic division.
Basically, yes.
Which you do know that there is a magic division of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, I know it's called Wand. Yes, I'm aware.
And the chick that runs it, I forgot her name, but she's badass, but heavily underused.
Still not as cool as Abigail Brand, though. Abigail Brand is one of the cooler government agents. Anyways, yeah. So that's the lore on the Hassans. Most Hassans that are used in Grail Wars most assassins that are used in Grail Wars are from that order of assassins. Now, obviously, there are exceptions like in Apocrypha and stuff, but those are weird outlier cases. But yeah. So I feel like that's pretty much covered everything. We've yapped for quite a long time, as to be expected for a topic like Fate. Hopefully
we
that
haven't really talked about the story, though, right?
I mean, we talked about elements of the story, and we talked about the plot while talking about the characters.
And I can actually speed run the greater circumstances of how everything functions. So the false heroic spirits, the 6 of them, that being false caster, false lancer, false berserker, false rider, and false caster, and false assassin, they're meant to be basically primers for the true Holy Grail to activate the Holy Grail in Snowfield.
Yeah. So to translate into non-nerd, the false servants that are summoned are used to basically power up the Grail War to start the real Grail War. So think of it as like the preliminary round.
Yeah, and Faldius's true assassin is actually a Hassan that found Azrael, much like Gramps does, and he became a living status.
Yeah. So the reason he's very similar to Gramps is because they have the same weapon, but he is not Gramps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more like they're on a similar level, but he is not Gramps himself. He just found the sword that Gramps used, and doesn't use that sword. He just does his own thing.
Yep. It's kind of the same thing as if somebody found Excalibur, right? Like, just because you have Excalibur doesn't mean you're as strong as Artoria. You know what I mean? Because Bedivere used Excalibur technically, and he's not as strong as Artoria.
Shiro used Excalibur.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Richie. All he does is spam Excalibur.
So he's literally just the freaking let me see. He's MP spamming.
Pretty much. He knows how to loop. That's all what he figured out. He got his 2 Koyan Skayas and just ready to go. He's a Buster character, right? That reference works. Yeah, he's a Buster character. I was correct.
He's a Buster.
I was like, he's a Saber from the Arthur line. Of course he has to be a Buster.
Rude.
But anyways, so that's pretty much it for the main discussion. I know we didn't like super deep dive into plot, but again, if you want to hear our discussions on the plot, we'd have like a whole series on that shit. So look into that if you're interested. We just
watch it yourself.
Yeah, we just wanted, because like it's no fun to just recap a story. We wanted to just go into more character analysis stuff. That's kind of like what people are more here for. But now, without further ado, it's time for final thoughts and ratings. Tony, since you're probably gonna have to dip soon, we'll start with you.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite interpretations of a Grail War. It's more so how the mechanism, rather than like where the Grail War is set. I find the most fascinating. I'm gonna give this a solid 9.5, just personally for me.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
One of the more fascinating aspects of the Fate or Gnostiverse kaleidoscope, and it adds references that when you are more in depth in the Gnostiverse as a whole, they're like, oh shit, they mentioned this thing and then this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
To piggyback, just to since I do the reviews with you, I'm gonna just go ahead and piggyback, and I agree with you. This is definitely one of those like a Fate fan's favorite Fate series. Like it's one of those ones that you have a much deeper appreciation of if you are lost in the sauce of the Fate world. It takes a lot of what you like about Fate and refines it and makes it better.
The point about that, it all started because Narita made an April Fool's joke about it. Like this whole story, this whole narrative stems from an April Fool's joke
about what if they had a Grail War in Vegas.
Basically, yeah.
Which they
By the way, speaking of that,
yeah.
When I freaking saw that, I just thought of the freaking
the Vegas summer event in FGO. That joke happened around that same time that event was coming around, which is the funny thing.
So, in 2015, 2016.
Yeah, and that summer event was like 2015.
And Snowfield's actually more to the north of Vegas.
Yep.
Snowfield is in Nevada.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah. Well, so we next we'll go to trash, and then we'll end off with.
Did you say your rating?
Oh yeah, I said I agree with Tony. 9.5. It's a Fate fan's favorite Fate series. I still think Fate Zero is my favorite Fate series of all time, just because the character dynamics are more interesting. But also Zero is completed, so I have more of a complete sense of the work. This could easily change because there are a lot of depth to the characters that we have access to in Strange Fate. So who knows? This might be in the running for my favorite Fate anime of all time. It's definitely the best paced Fate anime of all time. There's not whole episode of just people talking in a room. Stuff is happening all the time. So much so that it might be to the detriment of some people because it might be hard to keep up with sometimes. But I think if you're used to Fate, you don't really have a problem with that, and it makes it just so much more fun to dissect and deep dive and Google. And because I'm such a fucking nerd, I eat this up. So yeah, I don't want to give it a 10 because it ends on a good cliffhanger, but it doesn't feel like an ending. If it had like a proper like punch ending, I might be able to justify giving it a 10, but I still enjoyed the ending for what it was, especially because we have the confirmation of a season 2. If there was no confirmation of a season 2 and it ended like this, I would be pissed. I won't lie to you, but we got confirmation, so I'm good. So yeah, trash. What about you?
I'd give it a 9.5 as well. It ends up going on to like a lot of the first of all, it starts off like really well as a Fate series. I love how they give all the characters their own individual like personalities and everything. I feel like it's different enough from any of the other Fate series that you'll enjoy it even more so whether you're new or an old fan.
Also, something I want to interject. Sorry to cut you off, Trash. Is to piggyback off of one of the points you said. Is I think one of the biggest critiques I have on like particularly Grail War series for Fate is that there's always like one or two masters that feels like they're just there. No master in this series just feels like they're just kind of here character. Everybody's interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. That's exactly like you want to know more about them. I'd have to say Perlotti ends up becoming the one that everyone loves the most.
Perlotti's fun because she's chaos incarnate.
And I feel like just the only one who kind of falls a little flat is Ayaka. I think Ayaka, right?
Yeah.
And that's only because she's like we don't really know much about her, and she has like amnesia basically.
And also she also falls flat because she's Shiro.
Yeah,
and Shiro is kind of bland. I love Shiro, but Shiro doesn't get interesting until like the later half of like UBW and the Heaven's Feel route. Vanilla Stay Night Shiro sucks. I'm sorry, Shiro fans. It's true.
Yeah, Vanilla Shiro is kind of cringe.
People die when they are killed. I don't know if you knew.
No, and then also the archer class is made out of archers,
which is the biggest lie that Fate has ever told.
That is true. Yeah, so because of that, like a bunch of all the characters are pretty well developed. I'd have to say the action is great. The animation is really good,
Top notch, especially because it's not ufotable. Like I was
that's
like,
what I was exactly gonna say. Who does it again?
It's A1. It's A1 Pictures who did the Camelot movies. They've been doing all the Fate, and they do all the animation PVs for FGO as well. So they know their Fate stuff now. Ufotable is busy making Demon Slayer money. They don't got time for us right now.
I'd say, and then I think they're also doing the Witch on the
Holy Night. They're doing Witch on the Holy Night movie, which I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Also, the Demon Slayer people, I believe they're doing the Genshin series.
Oh yeah. Ufotable is doing Genshin. I know. I remember because there were jokes in the community about that. Ufotable betrayed us and is going to the other gacha game.
But yeah, so there's that. I'd say Ayaka's probably the
weakest character. Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
And then also just like the lore, and then everyone else. Like just honestly, it did its job in making me want to know more and to what. Would you like to know more? Yes, absolutely. And also it gave me what I wanted, in which they're like how it isn't like just the regular Fate. It's just like let's be friends, and then this one that's actually like a war.
Yeah. Like there are.
I gotta admit, the weird thing is that the Vegas is pretty nonchalant about the whole Holy Grail war.
It's America. What do you expect?
That's true. That's every Thursday.
There are shootings and mass murders all the time now. That's kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of.
I also really like how they took a lot of differences from the different servants. The different like the priest is really cool. And, I gotta say the flashbacks to Kiritsu to Kyrie was really interesting.
I like that they're connecting that, like, which is why I say Zero is important to watch, because we saw that parts of Ayaka's story are connected to Zero. Obviously, we won't go deeper into that, but like we see that Ayaka is familiar with Mr. Yorokobe Shonen, Mr. Mapo Tofu,
and so like just a bunch of different things. And it's nice not to see Shiro and Rin, and
I want to see Rin.
I mean, yeah, but like it's well.
I mean, we still see Rin, kinda.
True, and but and other things that are going to be in watch out, wink, wink. But like that's the reason why I brought it up, and I said I actually do want to see Rin, but still.
Oh yeah,
and especially since I see Ishtar and how different she is compared to Rishtar.
Yep.
Not even Aqua. She's not Aqua anymore.
She's not Aqua anymore. She is very useful. In fact, very, very useful.
She's Thomas the Tank Engine level of goddess.
Yep.
Okay.
And so other than that, like there's so much more I could say, but I don't want to keep it going.
No, all good. So Bryan, as the Fate newbie, obviously you're probably not going to rank it as high because you don't have nearly as much investment as the three of us do.
No, but there's, in that same vein though, there's not much that I can say that's wrong with it. I just think that this is a similar situation to Sandman.
Oh yeah.
So repeating that trend from Sandman, I think given everything in my detachment from the franchise, give it just flat 9.
No, that's valid.
Also, before we transition into next time, looking at the chart here, realize that we never talked about. I don't know if you can.
Oh
now.
right. Yeah. We were supposed to do that in the beginning. Tony, we need your rating for One Piece live action and like quick overall thoughts if you're available.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna give it a solid 9.5 for live action One Piece. I really enjoyed the second season. Chopper, cute as fuck, but also enjoying as fuck too. About that little brand here.
Nice. And if you were curious, because I know you'll listen back to it when you edit it, but Jay and I gave it a 9, and Cap gave it a 6.
Now, but to clarify to the people, Cap gave it a 6 as a One Piece fan.
Yes.
Like now, the reason I was able to give it a 9 is because I didn't compare it to the manga or the anime. I graded it as its own thing and a live action as a live action. So there's a much higher bar that Cap is setting it to because he's more directly comparing it to the manga, and he can't ignore the fan biases. I even admitted if I included my fan bias in there, I would probably give it like a 7.
Well, it's also because Jay's been a more seasoned reviewer, so he can separate himself sometimes.
Yeah.
But also Cap has been like watching One Piece since the 90s, so Cap is a continuous manga reader. Like him and I are caught up and we talk about it all the time. So like Cap is really, really invested. So it's hard to let go of some of the small changes that are important. Giving it a 6.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high on the Cap scale. though. Like, don't think Cap hated it. And if you actually listen to the conversation, if you haven't seen the episode yet, Cap really did enjoy it. There's a lot of positive he gives. He doesn't just hate on the series. I don't want you guys to crucify our homie, because he really did like it.
Yeah, just a lot of things were like
Deal breakers.
design choices. And
Yeah, and more like I wouldn't have done that if that were me, because it doesn't make the characters feel like how they should because of how I'm used to seeing them, you know? So
Like-
there's that.
Yeah, like heavy point chopper and
Yep. And the fact that, like, you know, Luffy seems a little weaker than he should, you know, things like that like all kind of add up. But yeah, watch the One Piece episode, guys. It's great. We had a good time.
all right.
but yeah,
hey,
we're still staying on the anime train.
Yep, and we're still staying on the guest train.
Yep.
Third episode with a guest, third different guest. If you know the channel, you'll know him. Our homeboy, King David.
Yep.
He's joining us for Sense to Be a Hero.
Season 1. Oh, actually, we don't know if it's season
Yep.
1 because it has not been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get a next season.
Yeah, we've been teasing it. We've been watching some of it solo, but now we're going to talk about it proper.
It's kind of funny. This entire month, we've essentially brought in the entire secondary cast of the Channel Chasers podcast.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, really looking forward to talking about Sense to Be a Hero. It's been a really fun watch. It's probably one of my favorites of the season overall, in terms of new stuff. So definitely looking forward to it.